Hey, kid. You wanna learn? You wanna
Can't get enough of the flute.
learn how to play Velvet?
Yes.
Okay. And tonight, all shall learn how to play the murder deer. All shall learn. All will become clear soon enough, or sometime tonight.
Eventually.
Eventually. Okay. Actually, you know what? I'll keep you around, Drew. Feel learning hours. Okay.
It is real.
Take your pick.
hours.
Indeed. There you are, Song.
Yeah, there I am. What's up?
Okay.
Melvin, of
Oh,
course.
Jesus
My
Christ,
favorite
those are
risen.
Yeah, sorry. I probably should have been here right from the get-go,
No,
but I got a little
it's
caught
fine.
up.
It's fine.
Or
Okay. So, as per your suggestion, 5, I have the fresh blood with us tonight, for most part.
Are
No.
you actually in the room with them right now? I should have been spectating.
I am in a training room right now. Actually, yep. You know, we're in.
Why don't you guys pop out so I can come spectate the training session?
Oh yeah, that's what we're gonna do.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Alright, let me customize. Okay, never mind.
Okay. Hop on in, Song. There we go.
Let me
Okay.
customize my gamer. I was going to say.
Let me customize my gamer. Okay.
Custom gamers. Oh, that's expensive. You must be
Custom
rich.
gamers.
Never looked so
Okay.
good.
Well then, before we learn about Velvet, why don't we talk about our goddess, Velvet, our beloved dear.
Our beloved dear, thou who doth shine upon the heavens, or from the heavens. I'm actually a lot better at doing this in text than I am.
From the heavens she shall shine upon us. With
Yeah,
her,
she sucks.
With her.
I'm sorry, Velvet. Nah, she's fine.
Anyways, okay. So here we're gonna talk about Velvet, and we have one of my friends who's getting into the game and wants to play Velvet. Now, here's the thing. Tonight, I'm going to be talking. Me along with Song are gonna be talking about Velvet. I will be bringing up most of the points, while Song, if I'm talking about Zone Vet, I will let him chime in and then tell me about how he feels about certain things.
He'll let me, he says. He'll allow me to. He will deign me
I will.
the glory of talking on Blem's stream.
I will.
Merciful Blem.
Okay, anyways, so here's the thing about Velvet. As she's meant to be played, she is meant to be a defensive zoner, which means I have space. I want to use it always. And that's Velvet. You have a lot of projectiles, and variations of them as well. You have a lot of options to say, hey, I see that you're moving and you want to exist within my general vicinity. I'm gonna have to tell you to step the fuck off, if that's ever so kind of you, my dear friend.
One of the things that makes her specifically good at that is her magic versions of the zoning tools have very low recovery. You can see that she can fire off that 2D what's the name here? What's the name of Josh?
2D? No, Andrew.
Andrew, that's right. You said Andrew. Okay, so Andrew's firing off these 2Ds over here. The recovery time is extremely low. So 5D is even worse because 5D, the shotgun, as some call it.
I would just call it the Glock.
The Glock. Velvet has a gun. Whatever kind of gun you want to call it, she has a gun. And
Okay,
that's 5D.
she is the gun. Anyways, so Velvet is meant to be played at range. She is meant to be away from the action and and counter anyone's offensive plays. But Ablaze and Blemir, why do you play Velvet so aggressively? Because I'm a fucking retard and I like playing games my way.
I feel like that was a comment for me, a moment for me to jump in, but I was just gonna let that rock. You know, I didn't have any addition for that. Yeah. Proceed.
Anyways, so when it comes to playing Velvet defensively, that is where she is possibly at her strongest. When she's playing aggressively, you want to learn how to do neutral, kids? Because we're not going to touch up on that tonight. Well, we might, but it's a huge if. Because for right now, we're going to talk about the basics of Velvet and how you should play her. Or in my case, how you could learn to play her in a bit more of an in-your-face kind of way.
You should honestly be able to play both styles as Velvet because that's what's going to make you the strongest Velvet you can possibly be.
Oh yeah, playing Velvet in both fashions can really help. Like, it doesn't matter if you're better in one version than the other. As long as you can play both versions of the character, you're fine. As long as you know how to aggress, push the right buttons, and stay and make the space yourself, you will be fine. But if you're just actually, Song, what would a normal Velvet player do in a situation where they want space? What would they do?
Well, the average Velvet mentality is to backdash as much as possible,
Hey,
which
Drew.
unfortunately...
Yeah, back that ass up, Drew.
There you go.
Yeah.
So yeah, the average Velvet wants to backdash and or slide away so that they can start doing double icicle setups.
Mm-hmm.
So that is the usual mentality.
That is definitely the usual mentality. But here's the good part about Velvet. You can make your space. You don't have to back up. You can just say, hey, I see what you're doing here. You're in my face, gamer. You know what I could do? Just go away. Be gone. Or, I could just do a combo and get you off of me immediately. But that comes with some nicks, which we will get into later.
I have a quick question. Andrew over here, what's the fighting game experience they have?
It's mostly Smash.
Smash. That's really a lot of the TFH community, and I don't mean that in a bad way. A lot of my hardcore experience was Smash until like Skullgirls, and then even then I didn't put that much time in Skullgirls.
All right. So let's see here. So let's say, for instance, hey Andrew, I'm in your face, okay? What do you want to do? Since you want to be the Velvet player, what do you want to do as Velvet to get me off of you? That's a good option, but there's a problem with that. Okay? First off, it costs magic, something that Velvet desperately needs in certain situations. And here's another thing. Hey Andrew, you see how your magic's regenerating? What's happening to your magic now? It generates slower, doesn't it?
I've been playing for Velvet a long time, and I keep forgetting because there was a time where she actually gained it faster when she was further away from you and slower when she was closer.
Okay.
That was like an idea like in beta, and then that people thought that was still true for a long time, but like no, that's not true. That Velvet gains the same speed regardless, but as you can see right there, while it was being comboed, it kind of like stuttered getting magic.
It stuttered to a crawl. So say for instance, oh no, I'm not being a good zoner and I'm getting my ass kicked. Why is that? Why can't I escape because I don't have magic? Well, for one thing, you need to learn how to properly defend yourself. And against certain characters, that's going to be difficult because they like to be in your face and down your throat. We will get into that. Now, I think we've already gone over the idea of Velvet, that she is a long-range defensive zoner, that if you want to play her efficiently, you should possibly have a bit of a balancing act when it comes to playing both offensively and defensively. Now then, let's start talking about key normals with Velvet. All right? And Song, you're always ready to chime in if I say, because here are my ideas of key normals, okay? 2A, 2B, 2C, and that's it.
That's
with 6A included.
I would also include 5A. 5A is actually easy because it's just a jab. It might be easily overlooked, but it's actually
It's
a
faster than
fantastic
2A.
normal for Velvet. It's faster than 2A, right? The it's kind of a standard speed at 6 frames, but or is it 5 frames? 5 frames. It's kind of a standard speed at 5 frames, but the thing about it is that the brief moment with the hit stun you get or the block stun you get is easy. It allows you to lock together icicle and projectile chains.
Something that I, unfortunately, for some, I don't do enough. Also, in Sirius, another Velvet player says 5A kind of slaps.
Which is true in many ways.
Yeah, add that to the fact that you can microdash this efficiently enough, which we could talk about, but this will be just a basic, stream talking about Velvet and what she can do. We're not going to get too far into things. Now then, let's also talk about 2B. It's a big-ass normal. It can anti-air. It's a pseudo anti-air, as I like to call it. Actually, both Velvet's key moves that I listed later, 2B and 2C, are also pseudo anti-airs. For one reason, Velvet's 2B is actually quite big. So say if I don't like fighting Ti, and she's always in my face, and she likes to bully me. What do I do if she approaches me? I mean, you could push 2B, or 2C, or 6A. Your character, Velvet, is actually a character that exists like Palm, where her buttons are kind of anti-airs. Whether by design or not.
One of the craziest things about Velvet that may not be instantly apparent, it's not true in all matchups, but go ahead and press 2A.
2A?
Yeah, so take a look at how big 2A is.
2A is relatively big for a...
Relatively, for considering all other 2As and how they don't actually ascend past the hurt box, Velvet's 2A actually ascends past the hurt box, and it's 6 frames vice the 9 frames of 2B. So 2A anti-air is even a thing.
Yeah, and actually...
Against some characters.
Against
like
some
Pap.
characters, let's see here.
Pap is one of them. Velvet can be 2A anti-aired very easily.
Oh yeah, we'll get to talking about her normals, because here's the thing about Velvet's normals. You should only, say in my case, if you're ever approaching, the only normals you should be using in the air are JA and JC.
That's usually true. That's almost all. That's like 90% true. Or 95 even. 95% true.
Now, Drew, do you want to ask why, or can you just assume? Let's ask some questions for the fresh blood. Why only these 2 moves in the air when approaching?
Have you forgotten that I don't know this game yet?
I was starting to wonder that myself. I was starting to wonder if he'd realized
I have
like your level
a
of
basic
knowledge.
grasp of controls.
Okay.
That's about it.
All right. Alrighty then. My bad. Okay, so Drew, the reason why, say for someone like me who likes to play Velvet aggressively and constantly in your face, I like to push these buttons because for one thing, their hitboxes are actually relatively good and active for the most part. Kind of jank at times. You ever wanted to just tap someone's ass with JA? Like that? That's a thing you can do.
Yeah, the Hail Mary J cross up is
Now, here's the thing about JC.
It's a Hail Mary.
Other than the fact that this hits multiple times, it freezes. Okay. Not only that, you can also use it to move. So say if I wanted to backdash and possibly use that as a bit of an escape option, I could because it propels Velvet backwards. Not only that, but it keeps her in the air. So say if we're talking about icicles or setting up, what you could do is something like that. You could do JC and then JA after an icicle. Velvet actually can stay in the air for a surprising amount of time.
She can, and that's really beneficial sometimes on stalling out certain anti-airs like Palm 2B if you're high enough. But one of the big problems with Velvet is her being in the air. She's extremely anti-airable by stuff like Airy 6A and any 6A really, even Velvet 6A.
Actually, Drew, we're gonna get to showing you why we say these things. But for now, we're just gonna sit here and talk about the waifu, the best steer. The only deer. So, let's see here. I went over 2B and 2C, how their key moves, and you cleared something up with 2A actually being interesting. Now, the best thing about 2C is that it's a semi-anti-air, and in the sense where 6A is a universal anti-air for all characters in the game. It actually moves Velvet's hurt box down, which is akin to something like a Guilty Gear anti-air, where the character's upper body is completely invulnerable. However,
I gotta ask though. Again, you haven't really played much Guilty Gear, right?
I have played.
Drew doesn't know Guilty Gear.
Fighting games.
Okay.
Fighting
Drew-
games. Okay, so Blaze, I would recommend right now.
Okay,
right now.
let me try.
Remember,
hold
this man has not played much fighting games.
Okay, hold on. Okay, Drew, let me say it in words that. Okay, let me phrase it like this. So, you know how Mario's upper body, when he does up smash, is invincible, or Game & Watch?
It's basically covered by a hitbox, yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of like Velvet. That's like these moves right here. If anyone tries to approach you from the air, you just look at them, say, "Hi, I see you're coming down at me." Like, do it right
I
now.
see.
Do it now, Drew. Come at me and push a button. Jump at me.
He said I see.
Do it. Jump at me, Drew. Jump at me. Fuck. Jump at me. See? If I want to approach you, okay, I'm gonna come full screen and I'm gonna jump at you, okay? I want you to either push 6A or 2C. All right? Here I come.
Yes.
Now, let me also show, and speaking of doing anti-airs, let me do what I showed you earlier. So you're gonna crouch, okay? And I'm going to do this, all right? And I'm gonna try and come down with a JA. Now, the moment you see me setting up, I want you to 6A, okay? Ready? You can stuff my advances by hitting 6A for the most part. Now, certain characters can bypass this depending on how they approach. So, let's say, for instance, characters with short hops. Characters with short hops like Arizona and Paprika will immediately tell your anti-airs to go right into the trash bin. But we'll get to that eventually. So then, let's have a small quiz, Drew. What were the key moves of Velvet 6A? Velvet. Fuck!
Nice.
Fuck! Okay, what are the key moves of
Nice.
Velvet that I mentioned and explained?
It's like an open book quiz right now.
Yeah, it is.
With the teacher standing next to you with the book open to the right page
Right.
and a highlighter in it.
2B, 2C, and 6A are good for anti-air options, and 6A is especially good at stuffing advances that come out of the air.
Mm-hmm. Any other moves? 4? I mean,
Just the number 4.
yes, walking back is indeed one of the best moves Velvet can do, except for the fact
but okay.
except for the fact that I can clip your ankles. Like that. Now, speaking of which, special moves. Let's sit here, all right? Let us sit here and talk about icicles. Now, I'm hoping Sirius is gonna pop in and chime in with this, but let's talk about the Aggressvet playstyle for a second. So, Aggressvet means you're in their face, playing the neutral game for the most part, and using your tools aggressively in some kind of way. Instead of using icicles to, say, defend yourself and wall people out from approaching you, you would be using icicles to limit their options, force them to play to your rules, as well as just in general force chip. And in some cases, Velvet can become a chip monster. This is where I would say Velvet is secretly a sadist because she wants to watch you suffer. Now, let's start with talking about the simple projectile that everyone is most likely going to do. Icicle A, or Acicle. Excuse me. Now, Icicle is incredibly fast. It takes it all you really need to wait for is the formation, and then it shoots. It does the least amount of damage, it is the fastest, and you're most likely going to do it most of the time. If, say, someone wants to immediately come in on you, you could just throw this out and force them to either jump or just take the chip. In most cases, people will jump, and in that case, that's your chance to anti-air. Now, Beasicle. This is an icicle that I always use personally because, for one thing, it takes time to come out. Its formation, all formations are relatively the same. It's all a matter on how long they take to come out. And B is the middle ground of just a few, like, I would say, like, maybe half a second.
It's the most general purpose icicle.
It is the most general purpose because
It also covers soft knockdown really well, but we'll get into that.
yes, we will. But for right now, Beasicle, it is an amazing general tool that you can use for any situation. You cannot go wrong with this icicle because what it does, it covers. Okay, you can use it to cover yourself. You can use it to defend yourself. You can use it for combos. This icicle has so many uses on one button, and it is very good. Let's see here. Let's see. Forming, it's fast, but speed, I don't think so.
Yeah, I think he's talking about travel speed.
Yeah,
Go
that's-
ahead and do it. Do an icicle C real quick.
Icicle C. Icicle C. Speaking of which, oh, is everything okay down there? Okay. So, icicle. Speaking of Icicle C, this is the one where I feel is the most.
Don't touch.
I would only say, in my position as a grass vet, I would only use this as either a stop fucking moving tool, a I'm approaching now, and this is going to cover me even after I press a button, or hey, I'm gonna try and mix you up now. Because it takes so long to shoot out. It takes at least like maybe 2 seconds to shoot out, and it does the most damage. On counter hit, this thing's a fucking monster. Hey, Drew, push a button. Push a button.
Don't touch.
5C. Push the long buttons. But even without counter hit, you can still see that there's a lot of hits done to it. It's almost akin to a snowball if I were to say anything, but we'll get to that in a minute. Now, before we get to the air icicles, Song.
What's up? I'm listening.
Okay, now it's time
It
for.
made
Now,
that sound like I'm pancake. I'm definitely pancake.
now, it's time for you to talk in the zone vet playstyle of using the grounded icicles. It's your time to speak.
It's my time.
Mm-hmm.
So, you just want me to talk about grounded only?
Only grounded for right now. We will move to air.
Well, if you're talking only grounded and not combining both of them, then most of what you said is pretty much the case. A is the projectile, and it's also a little bit of a defensive tool because if an opponent is coming in at you and they think they can press a button on your whatchamacallit, on you while you're on the ground, depending on the distance, you often will have time to summon an Icicle A. Even it being at 28 frames kind of slow, you can summon Icicle A, block, and then get a counter hit on
Okay, Drew, as he's saying this, why don't you summon an icicle and I try to approach you, alright? Just icicle.
yeah.
Good question. I don't.
It's down.
I was about to suggest that too.
It's down forward A. Yep, there you go. Now, I'm gonna approach you as he's saying this, alright? Alright. Summon.
Beautiful.
Keep summoning, alright?
Beautiful. Don't touch.
Okay, keep going, Song.
I was specifically talking about it as a deterrent to aerial advance. Obviously, you could just 6A reactively instead of the 236A, but it might be in your head to be using icicles at the time anyway. So there are a couple different reasons or ways that 236A can act like a very quick kind of counter or shield option to opponents acting aggressively on you. Icicle B is a general purpose icicle. When you're talking about on defense and stuff, or like on defense or on attack, and you're just using grounded icicles, See, yeah, but now you're using good combination. That's when Icicle B is really strong. You're not allowing me to talk about air icicles. So
It's a habit. I'm sorry.
Icicle B, you can just stand in place and let it do its job like he just did there.
Keep summoning, Andrew.
Or you can move with Icicle B a lot like you would Icicle C and approach with it. That's when you're at a distant range and you actually want to close the distance, but you want your projectile to act sooner. So, Icicle C.
Now start summoning C.
Icicle C is kind of like a trap icicle. Icicle C is your buddy that allows you to go in, fake in advance, and you can go in pretty deep before Icicle C starts up. As far as its travel time is concerned. Yeah. Regarding Icicle A, Sirius suggests Icicle A keeps them busy and works with other specials Velvet has reliably, which would be, the eruptions and the other shatters, stuff like that.
I would actually agree on that, because if it's one thing that a lot of people like to do, say for it, because it's obvious that you have to essentially guess which icicle comes out. Like, say if I take away the button, like people seeing the buttons, you don't know which icicle I threw out. So most people are either going to assume that you either threw out an icicle A, like either a B or a C. That's what most people are going to do. Because say for instance, Arizona's like to jump in on you. So next thing you know it, they hit JB and suddenly the icicle smacks them when you block it. And that leaves you to
Fuck
punish.
off for all you degenerates. Peace. You have a good night.
Thank you, man.
I'll catch you guys around if I wake up.
Alright.
Peace.
Sleep well, man. He's very sick right now. He's got type B flu.
Ooh.
Yeah. So, I would agree with Seer on that. It's definitely a busy work kind of special. Because you see an icicle, you're like, fuck, I need to get in on this bitch and stop her immediately, right? Like, say for instance, okay, Drew. Say for instance, I start doing this, okay? I start setting up with icicles. What is your immediate reaction to seeing these icicles?
Wanting to get into you and away from where those icicles are going to be.
And you know what that leads to?
Well, he said he wants to get into you. You know what that leads to?
Anyways, so actually, I should also bring this up. Everyone fears icicles, like I would say fresh blood and lower level people fear icicles like the Black Plague. Where in actuality, hey Drew, stay right there. Crouch. You actually have an Shut up. Shut up, ICAF. Anyways, you have a very wide margin before you get hit. I would say, like, you really shouldn't be afraid of Velvet when when you're right here. The only reason why you should be afraid of Velvet setting up icicles at this range is if you're getting impatient. As long as you keep your head on straight and know, hey, this is coming and this is at that range, you'll be fine.
One of the other reasons why it's like that is that icicles have kind of a wacky hitbox compared to their visual appearance. So
yeah, you would think that these giant spears of ice are actually going to hit like the top of Velvet's skull right there, like her antlers. But no, they just zoom right past. I have seen icicles skim right past Paprika's ass, of all things.
yeah, well, what you just suggested was the hurt box to character model thing.
Mm-hmm.
That's a little bit different from the icicle itself, but
Okay, now we're gonna talk about air icicles. So, okay, now let's go back to the Aggressvet point of view for now. Airsicle A is amazing. It covers advances. It covers actually a pretty scary range where normal icicles can't. Like, let's say, Andrew, crouch right now. Remember the big wide area of the wide margin you have before you get smacked? Now look at that. It covers. So Airsicle A covers what normal icicles cannot. So if it's one thing that you should be afraid of, one icicle that you should always keep your eyes out for, it's definitely this one, because it can be used for pressure, it can be used for wake-up options. It has a lot of uses, and it is a very, very good projectile. Let's see here. So...
Yeah, Yellow said that J Icicle A has the spookiest hitbox. It's disjointed it's like this weird forward disjoint.
If anyone wants to shoot me like a picture of the hitbox, go ahead.
Why don't you have the hitboxes on? It doesn't move that fast. Do another J Icicle A. Just look at it. It's so forward. It's like so much in front of it.
Jesus, what the fuck? What the fuck? Okay. I know Velvet's got some jank ass shit, and so does this game, but what the fuck?
She needs it.
I mean, Velvet is kind of bad.
She needs it.
She's not. She's not that bad. I would actually say Velvet is maybe top 3.
Woo!
What?
I don't know about that.
My personal opinion. I believe Velvet's at the very least top 3, because despite the fact, like, she's only been hit with damage. She hasn't had any any numbers change. She can still hold her own against all these other characters.
Anyways, though, this ain't that kind of stream.
Yeah, it's not that kind of stream. Actually, okay. Let's see here. So like air beasicle, it's like a ground icicle. Just it's exactly like Icicle B on the ground. Same angle.
By the way, I
everything.
have a quick recommendation, Drew. You should be practicing these specials while be practicing the same special. Like, go ahead and do some Icicle A's real quick.
Yeah.
Or jumping Icicle A's, and then move to the jumping Icicle B's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, give him time to practice them.
Okay.
You know how they work, so let him.
I know how they work.
Let him perform them.
Yeah.
There you go.
So
you can keep talking about Icicle B. There you go.
Icicle B, I would say its uses are limited from Icicle, but it's still a very good Icicle because it's the exact same angle as a normal Icicle, and that is a good angle. Because when you set up like this, it works, and it works effectively. You can't go wrong. You still can't go wrong with this Icicle. It's a little bit slower than most normal Icicles, but that's okay because when you set up like this, they come one after the other. Now, J-Seasicle? I say this one's really limited. I call it the warning shot for a reason because it's mostly meant as an anti-air Icicle. That's how I see it. So say if I'm fighting against someone who likes to jump a lot, I would say, hey, you see this? Stop jumping. You take the chip and you respect my range. I'd still say that this Icicle is limited in what it can do because of its angle. It doesn't do any more damage than a normal Icicle does. It comes out as fast as any of the air Icicles. It's an alright Icicle. Nothing I would overuse, nothing I would really use all that much. Now, Song?
All right, so since we just started talking about Air Icicle C, I want to... The uses of Air Icicle C will not be as apparent right off the bat to newer Velvet players because they'll just see it going over people's heads. But Air Icicle C, especially like TK versions, it's unique among Icicles in that it's never truly not a threat. It goes completely horizontal. It cuts. It is the most zone Icicle of all of the Icicles, of all 6 Icicle options.
It's just a straight Hadouken.
It completely straightly cuts off whatever height you set it. That is the height that is now once it's active, it's controlling that space for that period of time. What Air Icicle C also does, and yeah, Bycalf specifically bringing up Oleander, Icicle C is, like I said, it is the most zoning when we talk about what zoning it is. It is the most zoning Icicle she has. But another thing that Air Icicle C is actually really good at that the other Icicles don't always excel at is it tends to be a combo extender at full screen or like mid far or full screen. It tends to be that you hit with an icicle, with like an ground icicle B, you combo into eruption, and you had already like TK'd the icicle, the jumping icicle C prior to setting the ground icicle A, ground icicle B, whatever. Like, it tends to confirm off of the eruption hit, where nothing else would have really done it, because eruption takes too long to recover from, other than like super. It's gonna take a long time for a Velvet player to learn just how much they can get off of jumping icicle C in it from a combo standpoint. But from a zoning standpoint, just understand that it cuts that space off pretty much better than any other icicle, but it's not as much of an actual attack threat if they don't move into the range.
It's definitely more of a, as Seer puts it, Icicle C is a deterrent, but if they ignore it, it will smack super jumps and only enter.
Okay.
It's definitely a deterrent to say, this is my area now. It can be used against you in certain cases, like in my case, but this is neither here nor there.
So talking about the other air icicles, Air Icicle A. Air Icicle A is kind of a different icicle depending on whether you perform it from a TK or from full height. From full height, it's a very large shield that can really cover a lot of things Velvet can do. Velvet can basically set Air Icicle A and then go backwards, covering even more range, because now, Drew, go to where, go a little bit closer to Blaze. All right, stop. Set a jump Icicle A from full height and then back away. Now back away. Now you can see that it can still hit him, right? And you could have done anything else while you were backing away. He wouldn't just stand there in a real fight, right? But so if he chose to move in, you could have a button for him, right? You could have a button waiting for him. If he blocks that button, Air Icicle A is eventually going to come down and cover you.
Like,
you
try it now. Like, do an air Icicle A right now. All right, now block. All right. So I'm going to hit you with a long range button, okay? See?
So in this sense, like right there, he's kind of moving too far in for Air Icicle A to be a threat. That's why you would want to use it in the sense you would want to cover with a button yourself, like a 2A or a 2B. Excuse me. But what Air Icicle A allows you to do is allows you to escape under it at full height. It acts as a shield. Like I've said it quite a bit before. Air Icicle A is your shield to set up more things, whether you backdash or whether you stay in place. If you stay in place, it's a little bit more of a trap because you're kind of goading players into your space.
Oh, look at me! I'm so defenseless. I'm just a sitting deer. Now,
if you do a TK Air Icicle A, try to TK it as hard as you can. Try to like as
Oh, I think he got it there that first time. Yep.
Yeah, Blaze, try to TK as low as you possibly can.
Like that?
A little bit lower.
I think that's as low as I can go. Right there.
You're getting it, yeah.
Yeah.
So TK Air Icicle A doesn't cover the same space, but what it does do is it's more of a pincer for an in close. Go ahead and corner. Drew, go to the corner, and then stay. Crouch block in the corner. Yeah, like assume you're getting up. Like yeah, that one's too far high.
You know what?
Yeah, really try to TK it hard. Because like what it does is it prevents the icicle from going over your head like it normally would. At full height, go ahead and do a full height one. So if he just crouches, it won't hit. But if he does a TK one,
yep, there we go.
There you go. So that one will hit. It extends, or it makes it more of a close range threat. And I like to call it the pincer icicle in my mind. It allows you to just have this really oppressive block string on opponents in the corner from wake up, and then from there you tend to force the opponent eventually to want to cross canter when you because that air icicle is going to go away while you're doing other things on block, and you can just set up another one because they're probably now going to get hit by a ground icicle. Rinse, repeat.
Mm-hmm. And the thing is too, because I think you also tapped into a little bit of the blood vet mentality, but when I do TK on somebody's wake up, either you're gonna push a button, either you're gonna respect that or you're not. There is no in between. Because if you don't respect this, you're gonna get clapped. because the moment you get hit by it, I can just go in for a kill.
Yeah, the idea is that it's more of a threat if it was set up on Wake Up, where the attacking Velvet also has time to do an extra button or some extra action before you get up in time, so they can still place a meaty button or something. All right, so Icicle B. Icicle B is the pressure extension. It's either the pressure starter or the pressure extension. Like, in fact, I would actually say, especially with TK Air Icicle B, the lowest, if you can get a low TK Air Icicle
Like
B, that even lower, but that's fine too. Like, yeah, the lowest TK Air Icicle B is probably the actual most useful icicle that Velvet has, the most general purpose, because it allows you to wave dash along the ground and then set the next grounded icicle whenever you want while it's active. And yeah, I agree. Once you learn how to TK, it's really fun. It's two different approaches to how to do a special move. The normal way to do a special move is to do the input and then press a button. You can even delay that. You can do that input and delay the button press a really long time because of input leniency.
Yeah, TFH is a very lenient game. I would dare say it's possibly even more lenient than, I think, Street Fighter 4. Because I remember Street Fighter 4 having a really lenient input system.
I'm almost positive it's absolutely more lenient than any Street Fighter game. Street Fighter is
we don't talk about 3 though.
Well, I'm just saying that it's not that lenient. Like, Skullgirls is very lenient. This is closer to Skullgirls leniency.
Okay, so say if you do an input incorrectly, like let's say you were like me years ago. You're picking up this game and you're like, I want to do Velvet's Eruption. Fucking that you could literally do two quarter circles and possibly get it out. Because that's what I used to do. That's what I used to do to get like Ragna's Inferno Divider in BlazBlue. But the trick to getting DPs consistently is, first off, act like you're walking forward, all right? And then do an icicle. Do the icicle input. That is the easiest way I could say to getting Eruption out.
Go ahead and press the button too, Drew. I see that you're doing it. There you go.
It's the joke is that I've always been able to do DPs and quarter circles for whatever reason were difficult.
All right, so we'll cover the space. So okay, so you actually have had an easier time with DPs than with quarter circles?
Yeah. And everybody that has come into contact with it has said that it is absolutely cursed.
It's definitely different, because usually people have an easier time with the quarter circle than the DP Z motion. But I have a question for you as well. What are you playing on as far as controller method?
It is a controller.
Okay. What are you using?
It's the 8-bit SNES 30 Pro Plus.
So the floating circle pad?
No. Here. I can pull up the picture for it.
I return.
But it's basically like you take a SNES controller, you slap some joysticks on it, which I'm not using, and this specific model has the this specific model actually has like proper controller grips. It's not just a flat SNES pad.
Okay, so then it's still more of the normal crossbar DP, or not DP, D-pad?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, it actually is supposed to be.
It's not like the
as
Sega
close
Genesis
of
D-pad.
No, it's
Okay.
as close of a replica to the SNES D-pad as possible. It's in voice chat for the picture reference.
Okay, and you're also playing. There is no like analog stick on it, or there is?
There are analog sticks, but I'm not.
Okay, now I can see it. Okay, but you're
I'm only
using the
using the
D-pad, right?
D-pad, yeah.
Okay.
I'm using a GameCube controller.
I would actually say, are you really?
I shit you not. If I had a face cam right now, I am using a Nintendo Switch Pro controller, GameCube controller right now.
The GameCube style Pro controllers, yeah.
Anyways,
So the D-pad is like, it's actually not that surprising that you're better at Z motions.
DPs, because the thing is about doing DPs on pad, it's more the idea of just like having to like just move your thumb. It's not sliding your thumb. It's just like you do the input and it happens.
kind of twitch your thumb almost.
Yeah, it's kind of a twitch reaction in all honesty. But when you slide your thumb, it's a bit of a problem sometimes. Because fuck, even I need even like for someone who like excuse me, plays fighting games literally like whenever he's home. Whenever he's home, I just play fighting games all the fucking time. Even I get a little like my hands get a little tired of doing all those inputs.
What, you don't have a permanent thumb callus after playing Velvet for so long? Get on my level, son.
Oh, eat a dick. You think I do icicle combos? Anyways, I think we should move on. Okay, so we've basically talked about icicles and everything and our ideals. Some of them kind of mingle together, but the fact of the matter is, for an Aggressvet playstyle, you're using icicles to cancel people out and oppress them. Whereas with Zone Vet, Zone.
Oh, I was supposed to. I thought you were going to go ahead.
No, I'm letting you speak.
So actually, icicles
for Zone
with Zone Vet, like you're saying icicles for Aggressvet, you're trying to cancel people out. Like you're going in, doing an icicle, and then waiting for them to do something to you. So that's sort of the aggressive defensive option. Whereas you can also take the approach of just letting the icicles cover space. The problem is if you're only using icicles to cover space as a zoner Velvet, you're not covering enough space for the opponent. They will eventually get in. And you have to have like the most masterful timing of when an icicle is an innocent on screen and which icicle it is, whether it's an air or grounded one, to keep the pressure up forever. And even then you can't, because air icicles will always activate slowly, whereas ground icicles, you can have at least a little bit of variation. So like at that point, he set up an icicle pattern right there. TK icicle C, and I think it was icicle B on the ground, or icicle A. I think it was icicle A on the ground. And they both activated at the same time, covering a wide frontal pattern. But the problem there is that he can't do another icicle at that point. So, like you're covering basically a really good frontal advance against a lot of characters. But now the only option you have to you for a moment until both icicles are off screen is either eruptions, or the thing we haven't really talked about. We haven't talked about eruptions either. We didn't talk about the delayed zoning potential of things like your magic, like your 2D and your 3D and 1D and so on. So that is when you really start getting into true Velvet zoning lockdown at the cost of your resources. Did you come back?
He is not here yet.
He's not here. Okay. Let me while he's gone, what kind of questions, what are you thinking right now? Because I know I think it hasn't been brought up enough, or hasn't been addressed enough, that you're new. We haven't even gone into basic chaining system. We haven't gone into the basic mechanics of TFH. So what are your questions right now? Because you have a lot, I'm sure.
Yeah, almost too many to like just choose one and start asking. But I definitely want to be able to stuff advances a lot more, because just in every game in general, I feel like I can't keep people out because I go too offensive.
Who did you play in Smash?
I want to be aware of that when I play this game.
Who did you play in Smash?
It's who haven't I played? Quite frankly,
but who did you focus on?
Who did I focus on? Roy.
I tried to focus the boy on Roy because that's who I know. I wanted to help him.
I go in hard.
Roy isn't going to be keeping people out. He's the one going in.
Also, hold on.
He goes in. Drew, doesn't stop going.
Reckless abandon.
Let the record show that he never stopped going in.
You're a little quiet, so people are having problems here.
Let me move my mic a little closer. I have it under games basically just for better recording, but if it's 50 million feet away from me, it's not going to help. But yeah, I am like, I will throw out hitboxes every single second of my life kind of person. And I am aware of that now and trying to start off this game without cementing that habit.
Well, you definitely in that sense, you picked the right character because as you get better, you're gonna have to learn how to throw out more delayed pressure and delayed hitboxes.
Okay. Thing is with Velvet, or let's see, I would say most characters later on, they will tell you and teach you to push buttons deliberately in high level. In low level, you're okay with like throwing out buttons. Intermediate level, you might get punished and take a decent chunk of damage. But in high level, if you start throwing out buttons, you're going to become a Senor Pillow video. And that is not hyperbole. Exactly. So say for instance, hey Drew, push all those buttons in the world, see what happens. All right. Okay.
Ah, you little.
It don't work.
Yeah, it doesn't really work. Despite the fact that I'm dropping my stuff, you get the point. If you get hit by someone for pushing buttons in high level, you are going to lose, at least, in certain cases, more than half your life. But we're Velvet. We've got like 5.1k health. So say if we get hit by like 2.7k, we're fine. I guess. I hope. Fuck. But just always be aware, Andrew. Velvet especially will teach you to push buttons with deliberation. Alright? Because we're slow. We play Street Fighter. We gotta learn how to play neutral.
I still kind of disagree with that. But
It's an oversimplification, but you get my point.
gross oversimplification.
It's very gross oversimplification. Because, okay, I make that joke because here's the thing about Velvet. Most characters have some interesting idea or multiple ideas of movement. Velvet has no interesting jumps. She has a step dash, and all she can do after that dash is slide, which helps her mobility out greatly, especially in escapes. But when you're fighting against characters that have short hops, super jumps, any manner of movement that is better than yours, there's gonna come a point where you're going to struggle against fighting against their movement. And in some cases, you're gonna have to play Street Fighter, where movement, you kind of have to play around their movement, and you have to make either the right guesses or the good enough punishes so that your movement isn't that much of a problem. You know? Like, say for instance, let's say if we'll talk about this right now for a second. A move that I use religiously, DDP. It's invincible on startup and throughout most of the move. But, Song?
Well, I actually don't know what you're about to.
No, because I know you definitely have more known problems with this move than I do.
Well, I mean, it's a fantastic move. Like, the only problems I have with it are the baitability of the move. The move does not have a great vertical hitbox at all, even on the last hit, which is pretty large, but it does not reach up to the sky. And then the problem is that last hitbox takes forever to come out. It's not out until like frame 27 or 28. Is that correct? It's close. It's close. Maybe 27.
You could possibly check the frame data right now.
So the move comes out. The actual attack first hitbox comes out on frame 19. However, the move is invulnerable for 22 frames, and it's from 0 to 22 effectively. It's from frame 1 invulnerable.
So there are 5 frames left in vulnerability. Well, 5.
Yeah.
So you have 5 frames of vulnerability. So say for instance, like Arizona doing like a 6A or even a 6B, if in some cases, she's gonna smack you by the end of it, and it's not gonna be fun.
Yeah, I don't know if 6A can reach versus the long hitbox. 6B?
Yes.
Oh, 6B can. It's risky, but 6B can bust through.
It can, and it's happened on stream a number of times.
Yeah, there's a couple of moves that can actually bust through the attack boxes and the hit boxes. Somebody's getting a call.
It's Andrew. Backdash
So
DDP is good. Okay. Song? You probably have more...
I was gonna wait. I was gonna wait until he got back on the call.
No, hold on. Because I joke about this a lot, like saying Did somebody say backdash DP was a good option? I joke about that, but it's my honest feeling that I don't trust that. That trick. I don't have faith in it. I don't.
Well,
because
it is a good option, but you have to actually know what you're coming up against. Like, you have to know that your opponent is going to try some sort of. There's a Yomi to backdash DP. The Yomi is, okay, I'm Velvet. I want to DP and wake up. It's relatively simple, just like one layer. It's like, or 2 layers. So I want to DP and wake up. Okay. The opponent, knowing that they can't meaty because you're going to DP and wake up, says, all right, well, I'm going to do they're like a PAP. I'm going to do a jumping JB. I'm just going to jump,
and push me.
and JB, right? They'll probably cross you up, and even if they don't, they'll hit you one way or another because the move's got a big enough hitbox to hit your standing DP hitbox.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so they do that. Now you've gotten hit by this once. You think to yourself, okay, well, if they're gonna jump like that, I'll just backdash, and then I can DP because they'll be confused and they'll think, oh, I can still press the button as I'm coming down, but nah. If it's a little bit different though, because at that point, if you backdash, they're in the air, they press the button late because they were confused by the backdash, you get them. If they press the button kind of high up in the air and it got enough active frames, they'll actually still beat you. So it's dependent on if they jumped or super jumped and when they press the button. So there's a lot of different Yomi to that, depending on the matchup. And depending on timing of when people press their options, in that sense, backdash 6A is actually also a good option for similar reasons. You don't get the same full invul, but you do get the same frame zero disappearance of your vertical hurt box, and you have an attack that actually reaches to the skies.
Mm-hmm.
And it comes out a lot quicker
now,
at 10 frames, I think.
Okay, now. You say all this, and it's like, it's a good option, but let me explain my bias against this option, okay? I'm afraid to backdash on Wake Up or do anything related to backdash, which we will get into when we're talking about matchups on certain characters, just to glaze over them. I am terrified of certain options on my Wake Up. I'd rather just either sit there and take it, DP, or push a button. I'd rather not do Wake Up backdash, because if I backdash, I usually get my shit slapped.
Well,
it is an internal fear of just, I want to get away, I want space, and then I get hit because I wanted to backdash.
It's definitely a matchup and player specific kind of choice to do, but it's also, the entire conversation is a little bit irrelevant for our brand new Velvet player right now.
I just wanted to cover up that meme because I have a lot of problems with it. Like, other people are like, oh no, it's good. I just.
And Yellow is bringing up, of course, the invul.
The invul frames,
invul, yeah.
but it's like, that doesn't. I feel like that doesn't matter when you're just getting hit by soup.
What?
Super. You just backdash, and then Arizona's like, I see you got a bowl of soup right there.
If Arizona knows you're gonna backdash, they're probably just gonna 5C. So
now, anyways, so let's get to talking about the other specials that Velvet has. Shatter. So you've got Shatter A, B, and C. There isn't actually. Song, would you say that there is a distinction between the play styles, or do you think they just converge evenly?
What do you mean, between the shatters?
Yeah, between the shatters.
A and C converge in a lot of ways because A and C are kind of part of Velvet's long range mix-up, mix-up game, as much as you could possibly say mix-up for Velvet.
It hurts me.
E is kind of a weird move because it really doesn't have an obvious place outside of her combos. And in some cases, it's often even more optimal to end with Shatter A as a combo because of the magic cancel that you can get for it. When you have JD that supports ending in Shatter A and it connecting it true combo, Shatter A is a better ender if you have magic on deck.
Okay. Now, here's what I would say about Shatter A. Shatter A is a long-reaching low that actually somehow, for some fucking reason, I'm not going to question it because I love it, it acts as a anti-air of sorts, because your hurt box sinks as low as an anti-air. It's
the main reason that exists, it's actually kind of confusing at first, but the more you play, you start to realize Shatter A is designed to be a projectile counter more than it is an actual aerial, like an attack from a jumping opponent. You can get a Shatter A anti-air on an opponent, but
I've done it a few times, but that is exceedingly rare.
It's rare. It's risky. It's situational. It's all sorts of awkward. And Shatter A just has massive recovery frames if you don't actually hit the opponent. And if you hit the opponent, you have to have magic to cancel it. You know what? We're just talking, but right now, Drew, go ahead and he's gonna block low. Hit him. Do a Shatter A on his block, and when you do a Shatter A, when you get the block stun, cancel into 2D.
Okay.
Yep.
So go ahead and do Shatter A by itself again. Take a look at just how long you're like stuck. Like feel how long you're stuck in Velvet's animation before you can do anything. Yeah. Go ahead and try to counter hit the move of Blaze.
All right. Just Shatter A.
Was that not a counter hit?
Okay. Here's the thing. I would say it's kind of weird, just a little bit.
Counter hit with like a 2B.
Okay. Shatter A.
Yeah.
Drew, do it.
Yeah,
Shatter-
Drew, go ahead and
Sorry,
Shatter
I just
A.
got my dinner and I was eating. I was.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
I mean, I got pizza, so it's fancy pizza woohoo hours for me.
Yeah, go ahead and try to block too. By the way, like try to block after you get the Shatter A.
Yeah, that
see,
just doesn't happen.
Can't. No, it doesn't. In fact, it's a counter hit. So, but as we were illustrating just a moment ago, if you put Shatter A on their block and then do a magic option, go ahead and a Blaze block.
Yep.
Try to punish with the 2B again.
All right.
And he's gonna do Shatter A 2D.
Okay. Oh, nope. It's
Yep.
fine, Drew.
God damn it. All right.
It's odd. He has he can do DPs perfectly fine, but doing quarter circles is his weakness. He's an odd child.
I'm watching his inputs.
Yeah.
Okay. He didn't do 2D, but that's okay. He still did a magic option. And what that showcased right there for you, Drew, is that you can do this big ass low that puts them in significant block stun, but still be safe as long as you have the magic to do so. That was all I wanted to say right there.
Okay. And in some cases, I would say, as an aggress vet, I would say, hell yeah, do this. Because it makes you somewhat safer instead of doing this. Because Velvet's just kind of, I'm gonna lean forward. But meanwhile, she's just like, nah, leaning's for nerds. I think I'm gonna just like slightly just go, and there we go. I'm safe now. I'm a little easier on life.
I just want to take a quick moment to say swearing is totally fucking okay on this shitty ass stream, Harmless, all right?
Yeah, it's. Hey, eat a dick, son. Eat a dick.
This ain't FF.
This is not fighting fanatics. I don't want to be anything like the PG-13 people. I wanna swear.
Hey, I like FF, by the way.
Okay, I like FF's nice, but I hate the fact that I can't swear.
Yeah.
I want to say fuck.
That's why we have alternatives.
Okay, nerd. Anyways,
Real quick,
yeah.
do you want to like maybe take a short break from me being directly in the training session and maybe have 2 minutes? 'cause I
So
have
you can eat?
a full-on burger. Yeah.
Okay, go eat. So I can sit here with Sung. Anyways, also Drew just like, SMH, where am I supposed to find a holy velvet tutorial for my Christian children now? Okay. Alright. Come here, thick boy. Dad, come here, dad vet.
Thick
How do I
boy.
spectate?
Okay.
How does one spectate?
Oh,
Did he not?
shit.
I didn't.
I thought Drew was just gonna straight up eat.
I mean, he could
don't wanna
watch the stream, but then he'd be on a delay. So.
Yeah,
yeah,
hold
I
on,
don't
let's
like
pick him up. Now, I also love the fact that I swear it's like with this color, I am like the exact opposite to you. All right, Drew. Yeah, just click
What
on
is
one of our.
spectate?
Okay, just click on one of our names.
There it is.
Yep. There we go. Now, I feel like this should possibly help with the idea that, hey, these two playstyles are different based on our colors. Because, for one thing, I like picking the aggressive colors because it makes me feel like true murder deer. Meanwhile, Song is more, much nicer in terms of color. He's much softer because he's all blue and shit. I'm the edgy one. Now then, so we were talking about shatters. So let's get to shatter B, all right? So the only reason you would use shatter B in my mind is if you're doing it for a raw ass anti-air, if you're ballsy enough, or you're using it for a combo ender, or if you're like certain people, like certain book deers I know of, you're gonna use shatter B for actual combo extenders. But you have to set it up is the problem.
Yeah, you can get extensions off of certain icicle setups that allow Shatter B to combo into an icicle, and you go from there. Honestly, Seer can explain whether or not that's especially optimal. It might be in some situations, but from what I've seen, still the most optimal routes are just basic icicle the icicle combos, icicle loop stuff.
I would not say they're basic at all.
Whereas Shatter B extensions. Shatter B icicle extensions are kind of like, I think they're more for funsies.
They definitely are. It's definitely like, okay, because I will say this, I respect the fact that you guys do your icicle combos and you get all the damage in the world for it, but I don't kill my hands, but you can still, like, there are alternatives, which I will show and Song will show.
Yeah, see, Sirius even says they can reach good enough damage. They are functional and stylish. They can reach good enough damage, but they are not the optimal.
The end all be all.
Yeah.
Actually, here's the thing. My opinion would have changed if we were like maybe a few months back. Actually, back in March or March or April, before the damage nerf for Velvet, icicles used to hit a lot harder and she used to chip a lot more. But because of the nerf, I would say both doing DP combos like I do. Oh, fuck. God damn it. God damn it. Fuck this game!
Well, maybe I should do it.
No. But doing like DP related things.
The
double
DP, the dippy machine broke.
Oh my god, I am a DP monster, but not when my inputs get stolen up by icicle. No, I hate, like, okay. I will even go to Seer to say he knows when I fucked up doing an input.
Oh, I fucked up.
See? It's a little tough, but you have to be a little precise on doing the input, just a little bit. Because in my case, what just happened, you might get icicle or something. And that's something you don't want for DPs. Now, DP from like months back, never got touched. It still has its normal damage, as it was like, before the patch. So, nowadays, you have a choice in whether you want to learn DP combos or icicle combos. Both of which are going to ask you, hey, I see you have a magic bar right there. Mind if I eat it whole? Am I necessarily wrong on that statement?
Oh, are you talking about using
Like doing either combos?
magic eruption and
Yeah.
corner combos?
No. I mean like just in terms of like doing like both our combos, like my combos and your guys' combos, they eat up magic if you want the big dick damage.
Yeah, when you say your guys, I'm not good at, like, honestly, I'm the least optimal Velvet when it comes to combo damage, because my execution isn't that great, but I am pretty good at converting and understanding what moves can link or get the conversion from mid-far. I mean, like, you can do that, like at that point you're spending a lot on just the 3Ds there, when you can still get you can definitely get a 2B 3C there. I just gotta
Also, yes, I have Bayonetta music playing on the stream. It's fitting for Velvet, okay?
Yeah.
I s-
Why does it feel like? Hold on.
Alright, no, take your time then.
Oh, I know why. I know why it's happening.
Okay, while you're doing that, I'll bring up Shatter C, this move right here. Here's the thing, it's an entire fucking meme to the point where I should probably make a video about you getting your shit slapped from Shatter C, or me. Actually, I could go ask Redness to say, hey, all those streams that I've done, you mind going through all of them and just clipping all the times I've just Shatter C and fucking died from it? Because here's the thing, Shatter C is your only overhead on the ground. I don't know if, okay, technically your air attacks are overheads because if they're crouching, they're gonna get hit by it. But Shatter C is just unsafe. It takes too long. It gets okay damage by itself. It's good in combos, but like the juggle decay.
Shatter C
Unhit.
is the lure. It's Velvets tend to, when they first start playing the character, they almost lust for the move. But honestly, you can't. It's okay. It's natural to want to Shatter C, young Velvets, but you have to use protection.
You do. God damn it. Anyways, hold on. Let me bring in what Seer said. Choose a combo that has a goal. Anything into Shatter A, whoosh can get space, but you can use the Blazing 5 snowballs to get massive corner carry. Also, speaking of protection, hey Song, I'm gonna ask you to be a nerd and defend yourself for a second, okay?
Don't touch.
That's safe.
Oopsies.
That's safe. No. That's actually a perfect example.
Yeah, that one actually worked.
Yeah, that is a perfect example.
No. Do that again.
All right.
There you go.
Still, my point still stands that was a good example.
Yes.
Because
well,
actually,
you spaced it well enough.
I spaced it. Okay, now let me say if I do it like. Oh fuck. Okay, say if I do it right here.
Whoops. I
Okay.
suck. I forgot that I need to block a DP afterwards. Yeah.
Okay. Now. God damn! When I want Ice Skull, I get DP! When I want DP, I get Ice Skull!
I was confused. I'm like, am I supposed to be blocking low now?
No. Now, okay, I will get into matchup talk later. Me and him will get into it. But if you do Shatter C, and you want to do it aggressively like I do, please, for the love of God, don't be retarded like me and just do it raw as shit. Because here's the thing, I use Shatter C mainly as a check, okay? I tick and then I hit. Some people, they'll get hit by the slow ass overhead. It's not like Arizona 6 speed, where it's like fast as shit, it gets you everything you want. No, your overhead is slow, it does okay to mediocre damage, and it's only really usable in combos or in certain situations where you set up. Other than that, please be careful when using it, set up for it. Now, okay, we've talked about shatters.
I'm just trying to show how low TKs can really go.
Now, okay. Now let's get to my apparent expertise.
How low can you go?
And
Play limbo with TK.
Let's talk about DP, or for baby vets, eruption. Now, here's my idea of eruption. Eruption is love, eruption is life. You do not fuck with eruption, even on like approaches. Cause see, here's the thing. Hey, Song, stay back for a second. Okay, so you notice how like Shatter B right here? Yeah, it has range. But if you move, say if you're like me and you want to dash in and do it, which takes some practice, yeah, you can catch some people off guard. Because here's the thing, you have to respect the range that Velvet has on DP, no matter what space it is. Funny thing though, both B and A DP are facing towards Velvet. The spikes are facing towards her. So what that means is wherever, like if you do this input and you hit somebody with it, they're flying towards you. Now, let's say for instance, if I do DPC, all right? Now get in the corner, Song. I'm right here, right? He's standing there. Oh wait, it pushed me back. Well, if you look, the icicles are pushing away from Velvet. Now, Song, I want you to block.
They're spikes.
All right. You see, here's the thing. That's something you could do if you want to space. You do a block string, and then bam. You got some range on you. Now, say for certain characters who struggle with range, like Arizona, this could be good. But we'll get, again, getting back to that later. I keep bringing that up. Fuck, I can't stop talking about the goddamn cow! Okay, so my idea of Eruption is it does everything for you. It literally does everything for you in my mind. You want combos? You got it. You want approach options? You got it. You want range coverage? You got it. You want to finish combos and extend combos? Oh baby, you got it. You definitely got it. You got it in fucking spades. Now, we brought this up earlier with DDP. It has invincibility and everything. It's risky. Anyone who has a brain can jump over it.
You want anti-airs? You died. Yeah. Seriously.
Imagine the Dark Souls game over.
Oh
screen.
man.
You
Like,
Yeah,
died.
see, that's the thing about Eruption is as much as it can do, matchup specific, it can actually be very, very painful.
oh, you want to talk about Pap in Arizona?
Yeah.
You want to talk about
Well, no,
Tian?
it's not. It's actually a little bit more usable against Arizona because you can make Arizona afraid to jump or super jump. They'll just be wasting that time.
Mhm.
Whereas they might start wanting to run in at you, and therefore they're actually vulnerable to Eruption at that point. But Eruption is unfortunately, I think it's 24 frames. Yeah, it's 24
Now-
frames on startup.
Now, how fast would you say that is, Song, for the
Very,
kiddies?
very, very slow in a fighting game for a low. That is actually reactable, is what it's considered to be.
Oh yeah, you can
So-
definitely react to DP to the point where it's like, you're gonna notice at high level, people start to up back DP. They start to try to escape it, or chicken block it. Now, here's the thing about Velvet that I feel like she has a slight amount of mix-up game. It's more of a guess, really. Is she gonna shatter? Is she gonna do block strings with Shatter C, like finish with Shatter C, or is she gonna try and keep going with DP or Shatter A? It's a slight little guessing game, very slight. Might get you killed, but it's still there.
Yeah, the way that works when you start to try to play the block string guessing game with Velvet, it's less of a are they going to go high low, because most people who've been playing long enough say Shatter C is reactable, and it's true. Shatter C is extremely reactable. So that the high portion of it is not really, with that being her only quote unquote standing overhead, the high portion of it isn't really a concern. What is a concern is, am I just gonna let the Velvet get away with pressing these buttons? Am I gonna try to interrupt something like an Eruption cancel in close, or a Shatter A cancel, or whatever? And that's gonna be dependent on the character and their resources at the time, as well as their distance to Velvet. So,
Again, we'll get
Say-
back into that.
well, if we want to talk about Cow, because you hate Cow so much, let's say the Cow has no resources. They have no magic. They have no super meter.
Actually,
And
you know
you start a block string on the Cow. You can do pretty much whatever you want, unless you are at, like, point blank.
okay. Let's get into that, because the next thing we have to talk. Also, Drew, get ready to spectate. The only thing we'll have to talk about next is Super, and I'm sure I can talk about it as well as Song, because I would say Super has a variety of uses.
Take your pick. Arizona.
All right.
We didn't completely talk about Shatter C, I don't think.
I've mainly said my points, but you can definitely keep going.
The only things I would have added was Shatter C, or Shatter C causes a ground bounce, and that's important to know for your combos, because you'll sometimes see people try to do multiple Shatter Cs in a combo, and that puts them in a soft knockdown state with you being in a lot of recovery, so you don't get any really good Oki in it. Don't try to Shatter C twice in a combo.
Actually, Song, why don't you do that
for the most
for the
part.
kiddies at home? Hit this cow.
Let's see if I can. I gotta figure out how I'm gonna Shatter Sea twice.
Actually, you know what you could do? Okay, you don't have to necessarily do. Oh. Song.
What should I do?
Okay, so just do 2B5C2C DP.
Oh yeah, how about I
6A.
just start from a Shatter B?
Yeah.
A Shatter C. There
Yep.
you go. I just start from a Shatter C ground bounce.
Okay,
There
but you get the point. Whereas, like, say both times, it's all a matter. Okay, Shatter C does ground bounce, and you have only one ground bounce per combo or wall bounce. So say if I hit someone with JC in a combo and then go into doing something like DDP or fucking Shatter C, they're gonna be able to tech out of it. Now, it's if you just do Shatter C and let it rock, I would say that gives you a slight amount of time to start setting up and let them guess. They could still like roll around on soft knockdown, but they still have to deal with what you're trying to put up to them. Because, Song, hit me with Shatter C again. Look at how long it takes for me to get back on my feet. Do it again.
This time I'm gonna do it from the double Shatter Seas just to re-showcase.
Okay.
Oops. Wow, I'm the worst.
Yeah. Count up.
All right,
Yeet.
there you go.
Yeet, yeet. Alright.
Just you wait.
There's definitely a distinct lack of time that Velvet has when doing Shatter C twice. Alright.
Now, if she only does it once, she actually has decent Oki because she has time to do something else.
So she has time to either set up, you know, maybe give them a mix-up, try and make them guess. Like, oh, are they gonna hit me with Shatter C again, or are they gonna hit me with Shatter A? Boy, I don't know. Fuck! Yeet! Okay. So, Song?
What am I doing? What are we
It's
doing?
time we talk about soup.
Arizona soup?
No. Turn me into
velvet?
soup!
Velvet
it.
soup?
Turn me into blood soup! God! No, come here, bitch! Fuck!
You're borscht now. You're cold soup.
Fuck! Okay, aside from the joke, Velvet Super, it is really good, I would say. It's really usable. It has a lot of variables to it, and in my case, you're gonna use it if you're wanting to use it to extend combos, you're gonna be ending it early because, hey, Song, how fast can you cancel into level 2?
You can cancel into level 2 immediately.
Yeah. See?
So, and you can cancel into whiff. It's actually kind of a unique option for Velvet to be able to cancel that in on whiff. Because Velvet level 2 on whiff level 1 has some unique things that it can do for her in kind of dicey situations. It's not always it's not great. It's just it can help. It can save you sometimes.
It can, especially say if you fuck up by accident and we're mid-screen. Hey, Song, I want you to do super.
Where do you want me to be?
Just right now. Just do it right here. Like, say if you fuck up and drop a combo, it drags their asses. In most cases, it's gonna be like, I could just walk towards you, and that'd be it. But let's say if they feel like respecting you, and they're just like, oh wait, I'm at a decent range, and then Velvet decides to super, so if I walk forwards, I'm gonna get hit. But say if I'm like right here, yeah? I have to respect.
Yeah, well, your crouching hitbox is gonna let you actually get hit there. So there.
Yeah.
Where do you want to be?
Like, I guess like right here.
So you want to get hit?
Yeah,
Or
I
get
want. That's
people
what I'm
off you?
saying. That's what I want to say. Like, let's say I'm in range, enough range to where I get hit by super, because I don't know what Velvet's gonna do. So say if that happens, and I'm a character with no meter, and she has the meter, then I have to take chip and also get sent back to full screen, which basically means I can set up. Now let's talk about level 2 for a second.
Before we do,
Yeah.
do you? There is actually a way to escape the lockdown that Super can provide against resourceless characters, and that is instant blocking the last hit prior to the final hit, the last multi-hit. If you instant block the last multi-hit and then backdash, you can backdash out of the final hit of super, and you're not stuck in block stun, and you can get pretty decent punishes with pretty much every character.
Because Velvet, it like, actually, you know what? Do the super again, just level 1. Look at how long she's stuck in that pose. That is pretty meaty. And say for someone like Cal, I'm like full screen, yeet, 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 yeet. She could just yeet her ass straight up to your face, and you're just still stuck there like, I am magnificence, beauty, grace, I am 5C, yeet!
Ain't nothing graceful about Cal.
Yeah, I'm gonna be racist for a second? Fuck Cal players, man.
I actually don't have problems with Cal players.
I do. Okay.
You count to drop by 8.
I hate fighting cows so much.
I appreciate cows for being simple, honestly.
Okay. I like people like Raver and Bubble, but fuck do I hate their character. Because now that we've talked, okay. Let's talk a little bit more about Super. So Song, just do level 2 for a second. So, here is the thing about level 2. It freezes, gives her 3 stocks of magic for free, and they basically have to deal with it. However, there's a few nicks with that. So say, for instance, hey Song, do level 2 again and grab me. Okay? Alright, now grab me.
Can't touch the cow.
You see how long I'm still left in, like, invincibility when I tech? Yeah, normally it's just like, if I tech something, I could just be like, oh, okay, we're back into the fray. But because I'm frozen, I have lengthened invincibility frames, and I've seen this before. So, Song?
Wonderful.
Okay. So remember that time when you were
This
fighting
is how
someone?
bad I am. Oh wait, no. I was like, why can't I get super out? My execution is terrible. And then I realized I don't.
Yeah, you have no meter. I turned it off. Also, now Song, let me bring this to your attention. So, I remember distinctly in a tournament that I think you were fighting some cow or somebody, and when you grabbed them and they teched, you were still trying to hit them as if, you know, they were normal.
Yeah, I often forget that I can't really do anything useful during the frozen invincible tech, the frozen tech invulnerability window.
Yes.
Because the Velvet will recover faster because she's not frozen. The other, even though she can put a button on them and they can't do anything about it, they're still invincible. They get no benefit from that. So the only benefit you could possibly have is to time your button so well that it's meaty and they can't do anything other than an invincible reversal. It's meaty on their recovery from the frozen invulnerability.
Yeah. Now, on my end, level 2 is amazing. Actually, I'm gonna switch back to Velvet just to show that idea. Because
Shucks.
level 2 gets me the things I want. Because as a grass vet, I want you in the corner, and I want to oppress you. I want to make you feel like you are the one who is not in control. I am the captain now. I'm taking the ship, and I am taking it to fucking Disneyland. I want to see Mickey Mouse, okay? I want to have a good time this summer. All right? So let's say if, like, we're in the corner. Actually, you know what, Song? Jump over me. Yep, say if I'm in the corner, yeah? Okay. I can get really good screen carry off of just level 2. Level 2 is also really good when you're ending combos. So let's say, for instance, let's see here. Mid-screen, big boy, I'm taking you there. Oh shit, fuck. You get the idea. If you know how to use it, level 2 can be an amazing combo extender. It can give you extra damage, gives you the resources for said extra damage, and you become the oppressor for a short amount of time. Like the true oppressor. Unless the character decides to say, hey, I understand that you have this option on me, you have the advantage, but I'm a super anyways. Because certain characters can just say, what's being slowed down again? I picked up Sonic Speed Shoes. I'm not meant to be slowed down. And that can throw any Velvet off guard. Because like, wait, they're moving as fast as they normally would, but they're frozen. What is this? What is this nonsense?
One of the things I'd like to say about level 2 is that if you do choose to continue a combo after it for an extended period of time, you lose out on the freeze benefit. The freeze benefit's only, I actually don't remember the exact seconds or frames on it, but it's only about 3 to 4 seconds long maximum. The opponent really isn't allowed to do any buttons or any, unless they do like if they're Arizona and they have invincible super reversal or Pap can also kind of get away with that on her escape when she's leaving the screen. Like unless there's somebody with an invincible super reversal that counteracts the freeze, they're not allowed to press buttons for the most part. So that is an opportunity for you to try to pressure them. Now, the thing about Velvet is she can keep the opponent blocking for a long time, but actually making them get hit by an overhead or a low.
Actually, you know what? I'm gonna do one of my block strings, all right? So, say for instance, keep talking song.
Well, what do you want me to say?
Like, say for instance, like just keeping Velvet keeping people blocking for a long time, and then no, fuck, damn it. Just keep blocking low, because like you bring up the point of doing Shatter C. Like Velvet, in some cases, can push buttons for a long enough time if she knows how to space her buttons, or at the very least, kind of slide in with them. But then when you do something like Shatter C, or God damn it, song! God damn it!
That's all I wanted to do.
Velvet's impression is not true. I'm a fraud. I'm a fraud, okay?
We're all frauds. We're Velvet players.
True. Now, when we're gonna go back to talk about Shatter C, so I'm gonna do a pressure string, and when I hit 2C for like the second time, that's when I'm gonna Shatter C. All right?
All right. You weren't close enough for that punish.
Okay, I'll do it. Okay. Yeah. Oh, Jesus.
That wasn't a counter hit though. All right,
Yeah.
I gotta try a little harder.
Actually, no, I'll shorten the.
Wait, do you want a shout? What do you want?
I'll-
A counter
I'll
hit, Shatter C?
No, I just want to.
Shatter C
I just want to
getting
see. I just want to say, like, after me doing Shatter C, I can get punished after a long ass block string.
Yeah, so
How
you
I
want me
give
to
up my
counter?
turn.
You want me to counter hit
So
you?
I'll shorten the string. Okay.
Oh, I thought you were gonna do it in the first 2C.
No. Okay, I'll just do it like. Fuck. After 2B actually. All right. After the sliding 2B.
Oh wow, it didn't come
No,
out.
but the point still stands.
Yeah.
When you do Shatter C, you lose your turn.
You lose your turn if you did not have additional delayed pressure, like a 2D coming down or another icicle.
If you
So-
don't have in Dad Vet's words, have protection, kids.
Yeah, you definitely. Shatter C is a turn ender every time, unless it has the extension for projectile pressure.
Now, for some characters, it might be a little harder to punish because, say, for instance, for Oleander, if you space it right, she can't punish, or you're forcing her to wave dash 5A, which is only relatively done in high levels of play. In lower levels of play, if you're spacing it and you know how you're spacing it, they're not going to be able to punish it.
She can punish it with super, but we're saying she has no resources.
Yes,
then yeah,
we're
it's a little
saying
hard for her.
saying low level, no resources.
Yeah. No, I mean like even wave dashing is only gonna like wave dash 5A at like max distance probably isn't gonna do it.
Yeah, because and this name might ring a bell for some, but I fight Dom sometimes, and even him, for as good as his neutral is and everything, he cannot punish it sometimes. He struggles.
Wave dash 5A for all but the most technical executors is also just likely gonna get you a spark A anyways.
Yeah. Now, So, now that we've talked about doing Velvet things, like her moves and everything, let's talk about Velvet combos. Because here's the thing about Velvet combos. I will show you, like, the very basic strings that you will do, okay? So say, for instance, my string that I will bash into everybody's skull. Andrew can attest to this. Actually, you know what? Hey, Drew, what's the starter string I make you do all the time?
2B, 5C, 2C.
You got it. 2B, 5C, 2C. And you wanna know why I say this string? Well, for one thing, it gets damage. It gets a decent chunk of damage. But also, it leads into DP. It can do anything for you, really. Because say if...
Do 2B again real quick.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, wait.
So it's important.
Is it still forced?
Yeah, it's,
Wait,
yeah,
does
it's
it
forced
force
to
stand?
stand, not on block, not on block.
Oh,
only
okay,
on hit.
because back then, it actually used to force stand on block. But on
That was
hit...
that was for 2 weeks.
Are you serious?
That was for 2 weeks, all of 2 weeks where it did that.
Oh my god!
Like, it literally, there was only a very short period of time where they experimented with that move, forcing standing on block as well.
It was
as
so
2C.
cool and so filthy. I loved it.
Yeah, but there were some situations that were really broken, more for other characters than for Velvet.
Because
and it was
she forced you to eat shit.
it was also confusing looking. Even though you were still blocking low, your character model was now
Yeah,
standing.
but now
so
it's
it
only
was
it
confusing.
only forced stands on hit.
Yeah, but that's still important because if you do hit with a 2B, you can get a 5C.
Mhm.
However, my immediate reaction to that being something you teach Velvets right off the bat is if you are blocking, go ahead and block.
Yeah.
Whoops, I naturally did that.
Yeah, it
Like
whips.
if that is the Velvet's go-to block string because it's their go-to combo string as well, then they're in trouble if they don't get the forward hitbox.
Because here's the thing about 5C. As much as I use it, like, say for instance, somebody who watches me sometimes is like, "You say 5C is a bad move. Why do you use it?" Again, I'm retarded. I'm very stubborn. I am very stubborn. However, when you do use 5C and it actually hits, it's a good time. But that is a very, very rare occasion. Because most people, especially Velvets, we're gonna fucking crouch. It's our deathbed that we crouch. And it's also incredibly slow. So it's better to just do, like, say if they're blocking. So, say for instance, like, it's better to do this on block, like this, than it is to do this. It's unsafe, it's gonna get you killed, and it gets me killed a lot. Because I'm just like, oh, my little pinky hoof didn't slap them. Oh, baby, I'm getting slapped. Oh, no, it's Cow. She has meter. Oh, no, 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 no. Get away. I am clean with the power of Jesus. Okay. Now then, say for instance, like, because I see what most Velvets are going to do is something that looks like this. Okay, it's a good starter for low-level play, but here is what I would recommend that you would do instead. So, say for instance, like, say if you're doing a poke, instead of doing this, you should do this instead. Because A's and C's can still connect. It's not like another fighting game where it's like, but lights and heavies don't connect as often as you think. Actually, you would have to link it, wouldn't you? You're right. You're definitely right on that. You would need a counter hit. You're right on that. However, in this game, you don't need counter hit to just go to A to C. It's kind of like Under Night in that sense, where you could just connect whatever button you want. Fuck, A to D, and it still connects. So I would say either do standing A, like crouching A, crouching C, or just standing B, crouching B, crouching C. Well, why am I putting such precedence over crouching C? Well, gee, it's like crouching C is like an amazing move when in combos. By itself, it's all right. It's an all right button. It has its problems. It takes too long. It leaves you wide open if you kind of whiff it. But it's definitely a better alternative than 5C, the meme. Because let me tell you, 5C is an amazing move if you're if they're, you know, not crouching. Because if they start crouching, then it becomes the problem where it's like, oh, I either whiff my combo or I can't punish. Because I would say 5C is an amazing punish move rather than a normal.
5C is a really good punish, with punish, or just a punish in general, but it is actually a good call out move as well for certain characters that have to do some sort of standing. Like when every special, I think, with the exception of those that have like specifically low hurt boxes like Shatter A, specials tend to force the character to stand, like a Palm Summon or an Arizona Rope, right? So say you're at this distance, the natural thing in Arizona wants to do is they want to rope you,
Actually,
right?
I could switch to Arizona, for instance, to show an example.
Sure, but I mean, it's not even really necessary. I was just going to do a dash 5C there and showcase how.
I don't know. I feel like it would possibly help. Just a little.
That's true. I actually need to go get some food in a moment, so I'm gonna disappear.
And then
after
I'll talk about, and I'll mainly switch back to Andrew and start talking to him.
Teach some combo stuff.
Yes,
some
I will definitely
basic combo
because
stuff.
here's the thing. Drew just DM'd me. It's like he wants to show me a combo, show a combo on stream that I showed to him that he has called Scott's Flex.
It's not even just that combo. I extended it.
Ooh, so
It
you're
has new moves at the start and new moves at the end. It
Okay.
totals 44 hits, man.
all right. So I say like how Song said, Arizona's natural inclination at range is to rope, right? Now say if Velvet's like perfectly out of range, like right there. Actually, okay, back a little bit. Right there. Say like I'm right here, yeah, and I can't touch her. What's Velvet gonna do, kids? What's she gonna do? I can't rope. I can't rope. Oh wait, no, never mind.
Oh, I crouched because I extended my hitbox there. Yeah.
Okay.
No, go ahead and do 5D again.
Yeah.
Just keep doing 5D.
No, what's Arizona gonna do, kids? She can't get her best option in the game. She can't
Oh, that's
rope.
right. Yeah, that doesn't work. Okay, because it crouches under. Yeah.
Yeah. What? I'm cow. I should get rope.
So now just 2D. Yeah.
Okay.
Now if I crouch, when is that gonna hit me? Oh, I thought that hit a little bit closer.
Yeah,
than it actually
I
did.
knew. Okay, but here's the thing. Here's the problem with that. Arizona is just like, hey, I understand you want space, but I'm gonna just deny that. Okay, thanks, bye. What? You backdash my rope? Heathen! Wait, you're punishing rope? How dare you? Heathen!
Yeah, because like the Velvet's over here, like they're trying to set up pressure, right? Yeah. Honestly, I'm gonna be straight up. I think it's kind of hard to really explain the situation. There's a little bit of a mind game going on there with Velvet and 5C'ing a rope. Like you're trying to counter hit the rope with a very risky button.
Mm-hmm.
So it is a very special. It's like a call out or a backdash. You know, if you're gonna go ahead and backdash, like that hit the rope, not the backdash. But like a round start call out for this move is like a backdash killer on round start.
Yeah, hold on. Okay, I'm gonna count to 3, and you hit me with 5C. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Okay.
Yeah. Try again.
1, 2, 3.
Yeah, I'm still not. It's gonna be too hard for me to do it at the right time.
But the point's
Y'all
still,
get it.
Y'all get it. 5C,
Right.
actually, it's something that even I do on round start. If people here watch my streams, they notice that sometimes my options are just, hey, I know you're gonna backdash, so I'm either gonna DP or I'm gonna 5C. Because those are good options to calling out backdashes. Because sometimes that's what people want to do, especially characters like Palm and Oleander. Alright. So, now let's get back to. Actually, Song, do you want to go and get your food? I think he left.
You ever get abandoned?
Okay. So, let's go back to talking about combos for a minute. Alright?
Give me 1
Oh, okay.
There we go.
All right.
You wanted me to like update iCloud settings or something stupid?
Jesus Christ. Okay. So I've been trying to take Andrew or Mushroom Stewart here under my wing a little bit and trying to say, hey, you want to play Velvet? I can teach you. So I decided to give him a few combos, a few basic combos, a few very small and basic strings that anyone should do. Well, given
That's
practice.
the wrong skin.
Okay.
That's the wrong skin.
Like nobody's watching, so you could just change it.
Possible.
Yep, switch character.
Take your pick.
Nobody's watching, he says to 10 viewers.
Nobody's spectating. Shut up, Drew. Anyways. Yeah, that was 5 I was playing with. Alright. So, this string that I've... Drew!
What?
Internet. Oh, God.
Oh. Oh. What the fuck?
What's happening?
Herds crashed.
Did it?
It did.
Your herds crashed?
That's a full crash. It is not responding.
Did your game just straight up crash, gamer?
It did. Oh boy.
What the
It
fuck?
did not like something.
Oh, okay then.
Alright, we're gonna relaunch that.
Oh, okay. That's that guy made me rage quit. I gave up trying because of him. 5x5.
Wouldn't be a stream with me involved if something didn't go horribly wrong.
True enough, I guess.
I'm joking.
Okay.
We get back in a pixel lobby.
Oh man. So far, is this helping anyone at all? I want to be sure that this information is good enough that we're throwing around.
You ever throw around information?
Yes. Yes, I do. I do that plenty of times. All right.
Oh, my shit didn't save. Whatever.
Let's see. It's kind of even though I don't play Velvet.
Velvet.
Well, this was made. This stream is mostly for people who want to play Velvet and want to get an idea of Velvet.
Alright, disclaimer about the combo string. I've only practiced it facing right, so,
We can
do
switch.
that real quick. Remember how you had me starting off with the 2B, 5C, 2C?
Yeah.
When that was not a 2C?
Yes.
No, there's more. There's more. It's not a whole lot more, but there's more.
Show me what you got, kiddo.
Shit.
Okay.
One of them missed. One of the hits missed.
Oh,
That wasn't the entire combo.
Give it another shot. Because I will bring in what you're doing into it soon.
Alright, I failed the quarter circle.
Okay. I see what you're doing here, and here's what I tried to show Drew. Here's what I showed him. Maybe minus the DP. So, if anything, it should look like this. That's what it should look like.
Give me one more shot, Doc. I got it.
All right. Yep. Take your time. Take your time.
Sitting and doing nothing for probably like 20 minutes. Not the best idea.
Want some more?
Go ahead. Take your shot. Oh.
Bruh.
Bruh. This is a
All right,
certified bruh moment.
It is. Bruh.
It's fine. It's fine.
Local man. Local man chokes harder than ever before on stream.
Ooh.
Caught on camera.
Why, you little.
Hello.
It's the
Get
5C.
that?
It's the 5C you're missing. There you go. You didn't get the super, but that's okay. Now, see, here's
That's
the thing.
bad part, because I had more after the end of the combo.
Oh, it's fine, Drew. Okay, so anyways. So, I'll bring this up. A lot of people would probably do a combo like this. Like that. Or if they get to a certain point, they'll do it like... Hold on. Drew, let me hit you.
No.
Load.
No.
Okay, anyways. Where in some cases they might whiff. They might whiff certain moves. Here's the thing that I will tell you when you're doing certain combos. I will tell you, in certain cases, delay your buttons. It's just a little bit to the point where it's like, if you know where you're hitting, you'll hit it. Some combos that I will show will require that you delay, just a little bit. Possibly, I'm just showing baby routes. So, I showed this earlier, how that gets you everything. However, if you do this combo, that's also really good. But some people would like to do it like this, or something like that. Like, add the C to it. Here's what I would say. If you're going to add the C to the equation, please make sure that you're near a wall or a corner of some sort, so that you can confirm off of it. In other cases, I would rather you just do this, just, you know. I would rather you just do this instead. I would just rather you just do JA, JB, and then continue off wherever you got that, wherever you were going from. And yes, I do mean the ABC combo. Because here's the thing about doing ABC. It's easy, yes, but you do less damage. And here's the thing about Velvet. She gets okay damage without resources, but with resources, that's where she can really tap into her damage, and she needs a lot of it. At least I feel. Because, let's see, if Seer's still in here... Hey, Seer, how often do, how much resources do your ISO combos take?
Cricket sound effect.
On
number
average.
14.
Because I would say that, like, my combos are straight up... Let's see, my combos are straight up just like, let's say right here, something really simple. If I want to get the corner...
5 has left the chat.
Okay. So, in most cases, I will use up at least 1 to 3 magic stocks. But say if I'm in the corner here, I could just do... Let's see here. Actually, I should probably wrap this up earlier. So, if you're gonna do certain combos, like, let's say, this one, be careful of where you are on screen, because Juggle Decay might make you drop your combo. So, let's say if I'm, like, fuck, damn it.
Well, that's one way to drop a combo.
True. See right there? Be careful where you are on screen when you do 1D here. It's great for a lot of things, and I should have brought this up earlier, but snowflakes are just like, we brought this up like snowflakes throughout the entire stream at some point. Oh, oh, we got fighting fanatics in the chat now. Oh, baby. Okay. Hello there. Okay. So, speaking about magic, if we're gonna get back into doing like combos and everything, magic is something that Velvet needs pretty much all the time. And most magic that you're gonna be needing is 1D or 3D. Now, if you're doing icicle combos, you're gonna be using a mixture of, you know, wind and snowflakes. Snowflakes first, then wind. Or at the very least, in some cases, wind. Because I know definitely for a fact that Sirius, a zone vet, uses wind. You can also use wind in certain cases like Song was doing earlier, like right here, to throw people over you. But due to the idea, my problem with that idea is that, let's have a look at that Juggle Decay meter. The more you use wind, the more Juggle Decay builds up. It's a good thing to extend. It's great for extending combos if you have enough magic. But if you're like me and your combos already do enough juggle decay by just existing, so let's say like right. Actually, hold on. Let's see here. Where your combos already do enough juggle decay, it's kind of a picky option for me. I would say it's a rough option. Now let's get back to the baby strings. So to do this string efficiently enough, you would need to at the very least slow down a little bit. Now, Andrew,
Yes.
How
I
much-
can speak to this from personal experience. The
Uh,
part where you transition from just good old 5C, 2C, 3C into stuff like JA and JB, I wasn't waiting long enough for JA, so I wouldn't get all the hits from JB, and the rest of the combo wouldn't flow. I have to force myself to slow down and wait just that extra quarter second to get JA to land properly. Then every hit of JB happens, and I can continue the combo.
So with Velvet, even in the early stages, if you want to complete her combos, you need to slow down. Because mashing will get you nowhere. And in certain cases, if you do something like this, fucking like this, it can work, but you're not getting the most out of what Velvet can do. In my experience, I would tell you not to do a combo like that. If anything, if you're going to cancel into super, make sure that you're doing it either at the end of, let's say, Shatter B or any Shatter ever. These buttons, like these, should actually no. More Shatter A and Shatter B should be your combo enders. Because if you just do JC, you're missing out on a lot of potential damage. So you really have to take a chill pill when playing Velvet. Yes, yes you do. Pun entirely intended. Velvet will teach you to push your buttons deliberately. Instead of just, buttons. Okay. And it irritates me because as someone who does all these combos and everything, Velvet's they just push buttons. Irritates me just a little bit. Now, I would still say to do this string right here if you're going for air combos. Just that string right there. That will get you a lot of what you need. Because for every character, it's universal. You can go from your Bs back to 6A. It's a universal thing with all characters. So in that string that I just showed you where I did 2B 6A, that is amazing. And in some cases, I use it for a lot of my combos, especially when it's high juggle decay. Because if it's one thing that 6A does, like, hey Drew, jump in the air, it freezes them. And they're stuck in hit stun the entire fall. And in some cases, correct me if I'm wrong, but when I see like icicle combos, they do 6A a lot because it stops you in the air too. Add that to the fact that you can jump cancel. 6As are universally okay, if you want to jump cancel moves, 3C and 6A are the most universal moves to jump cancel. In my case, I could do a combo that looks like Buck. That looks like this. Alright? But your main strings on the ground are going to be this, or this. So if I were to slow things down and repeat what I did, 2B 5C 2C, 2B 2C, let's see here, 2A 2C, 2B 6A, or, okay, 2B6A 5C or 2B6A 2C. Okay. Alright, no. Fucking. I'll play the heavier music once I get into the really complicated looking stuff. So, but for right now, hey Drew, do some of those strings that I said. Alright? Alright, there's that. Now what's the next one? There you go.
I don't have every single one of them written down.
No, don't
unfortunately, but-
have to write them down. Just there you go. All right.
Those are the only ones that I have
Okay.
that I can recall.
And then there was this one.
Buttons?
Yeah. 2B6A 5C.
Wow.
Well, take your time, man. Thanks for the stream. I'll catch the rest of the VOD later. All right. See you later, Hacked.
2B6A 5C.
All right.
Oh,
Now,
that's a part of the other block.
yeah, here's the thing. I'm also doing these strings and telling you to do these because... Hold on. Let's say that combo that I showed you earlier. You can do it. That string that I just told Drew to just do. Fuck me, man. My inputs. You will do that. I'm showing those strings because those are going to be the strings that you're using to connect a lot of your combos. Okay? Especially with this when you're doing air combos. Or going from air to ground. It's very easy to do, and if you get good at it, you can even improvise off of it. Because here's what I would say about Velvet. She's also a pretty character you can improvise somewhat off of. She has a lot of options to do, especially with magic. But without magic, she's really restricted. You kind of have to play a bit of a zoner or a careful playstyle. Alright? So, Drew?
Jeez.
Do that.
You want me to just go up and do that?
Yes.
To just kind of...
I believe in you. I believe in you, my child.
Alright.
Believe in the blood.
Scott's flex time.
Believe in the blood. There you go.
Fucking super!
Nope. Don't need the super right now.
Super machine broke.
Don't need super right now. Alright? We're just focusing on the basics, the basic fundamental combos that Velvet should be doing. Now, I will strike you for this room. Here's the thing about doing mashing A in combos. It kills your possible potential damage. You're fine to do it at lower levels, but at higher levels, you need to ditch this. You need to skip right into the meat of the combo. Instead of just saying, you know what? I'm just gonna slowly eat this pizza. No, dig into that bitch! Get into it! Kill them! Eat that fucker! Eat it! You get my point? When you skip right to eating the meat, you get the damage. Cut the middleman and just cut the bad middleman and just get right to it. However, and I will say this, even in higher levels of play, there you go. There you go, Drew. Okay. So, even at higher levels of play, yes, you will notice some people doing this, and sometimes people's defenses. You should be a teacher, Grace.
Yes.
Okay. Some people are really defensive, so it's understandable that you would do this to confirm that hit. Because sometimes it's not completely reaction. You're just like, oh, I hit that? Oh, well, fuck. You're surprised, and then you can't finish the combo. But at lower levels, like at low to intermediate level, it shouldn't be that much of a problem. Because people's defenses are, you're just butting with your defense. There are some people that can be obvious, like, detractors from this, but you get my point. No, it's fine, Harmless. It's fine. We're just getting into combos. So, Drew and other baby vets, it's fine that you hit 5A multiple times, but just
That's
know,
2A.
yeah, this is 2A. Just know that your kill, if you want to get better, you need to gut this, for the most part. Until you use it for a point where it's like you need to confirm that hit, you need to gut it, in my mind. Because why do that when you could just hit with a bigger button that does more damage and gets you more of what you want? But you use JA, but someone could say, but wait, Ablaze, you just used JA. That's using the middleman. See, here's the thing with Velvet, she has to use JA. If she wants to connect and keep things flowing, she can't just go JB. Like, let me show you what just doing JB looks like. It's incomplete. But you could also do JC. Yes, you could. But at that point, you're better off trying to confirm into it or finding a way to confirm into it. Because here's the thing about JC. It sends you full screen. So you may as well start doing a combo that moves them forward. Now, speaking of combos that move people forward, Velvet has those. Especially with the use of magic. So let's assume that I'm just using one stock of magic. I'm in the corner. So, Drew, come here. Okay, I'm in the corner. I only have one stock of magic. But wait, that deer player told me about that string. What was it? This? Yeah, I could use that string. Hold up. But wait, what if I did this? Guess what? The corner is now yours. And doing stuff like this is easy, but it's all a matter on your screen position with like 1D. What 3D, it's all a matter if you're just like, they're still above you. So, Drew, I want you to do this. Okay?
I haven't gotten recognized
5C, okay.
from what they look like.
Alright, okay, Drew. 5C, 3C, 1D. Alright?
I have to fucking work this out in my head.
Take your time.
That wait.
Okay. Do it again. See? Now,
Yes.
actually, you know what, Drew? I'm gonna go check on some things. I want you to hit me with all the things I've been teaching you so far. And just practice, okay? Practice for the stream.
Oh boy. That's what I wanted to show him. He'll never actually see it.
Did you slip? Did you slip?
Hi, return. Okay. What did I miss from you, Drew?
Well, I shared a secret with the entire stream that you will never see. It's the fucking full combo.
You did one of the combos I told you?
No, I did just literally Scott's Flex, except I think instead of the 6A at the end, I had a jumping A.
Okay. So you changed it a little bit. That's fine.
The
That is-
6A was mostly just the flex part of the flex.
Uh-huh.
Because it's after your level 2 super knockback, before you even hit the ground, you get smacked.
Yeah. Okay. It. I think I've shown off some of the simple combos. Now, something to get a little bit more intermediate with what I'm doing would require doing more than one DP. So let's show. I'm gonna show off some intermediate stuff, Drew. Okay. Ready?
Probably.
Shit. Wrong button. All right. I would consider that intermediate, because here's the thing, it will also teach you something that you need to do if you want to do double DP. 2B5C. It will do a lot of things for you. Because say if I were to do that combo again, but do 2C with it, I would have to do that instead. Because you would fly too far for the Shatter A to hit in the first place. Okay?
Yeah.
Oh, I also forgot to show this a little beginner combo. Just the simple string into that. Now, this could easily turn from beginner to advanced. So, simple little string like this, yeah? Okay, hold up. Am I doing it wrong? Maybe I'm being a little too... Actually, hold on. No? Okay. Does it not work on Velvet? There we go. That can turn easily from an easy string to something more difficult and a little bit more situational. So some strings that I could do, depending on where they are on the screen, can get a lot more difficult. Now, if I were to explain this one to how it works, it needs to be very specific. So, simple baby string, and then you add magic to the mix, which you can only do like Shatter A magic off of, well, Shatter A. Shatter C, it won't work because you would need a setup for it to combo in the first place. But doing Shatter A magic can do a lot for you. Now, the matter of the fact is, you need to hit that 5C again after the Shatter A, which takes a little bit of time to get used to. But once you hit it, then it's all a matter of if you can convert properly enough and keep the combo going. Alright, that's just a taste of advanced Velvet stuff. But if we were to go to a little intermediate, alright, keep going back to intermediate. Fuck. It's gonna be a little weird to just... But wait, you just did 2 DPs and then went into air combo. How is it? Why is that intermediate? Jungle Decay. That's why. That is why I would say it's intermediate. Actually, I would also advise that some of you go and take a look at some of Velvet's combo challenges when you're in trading mode next time. Some of them are not optimal. Actually, a good amount of them are not optimal, but they at the very least show you what your character can and should do. Alright? The only hard thing about Velvet is doing DPs. Like, actually no, learning how to do DP loops and then doing ice combos. But I would say that is high level. That is high level stuff. I'm going to just show intermediate to low level. I will maybe give you a taste of high level, but it's mostly intermediate. Because a lot of these combos are just incredibly short for the most part. So, say for instance, let's see here. That could be either beginner or intermediate, but I would still say it's intermediate because not beginners wouldn't even think to do that. It's short, it does little damage, but it's still something, you know, get some to keep things going. Let's see here. I would say, hold on. That's a little intermediate because you're starting, you have to dash in for the 5C so it connects properly. But let's see here. Another intermediate thing. Actually, Drew, I think you could do that one. Why don't you try it? So 2B5C 2C, DP DPA, all right, and then let's see, 2B5C 2C, 3D. Actually, yeah, hold on.
Yo, wait, yo, you've already lost me.
Yeah, okay. So let's see.
This is the kind of crap that takes me several attempts to step through.
Okay, yeah. So let's see here. So here's the thing. Just think of it like this. You do 2B5C 2C, and then you do DP. Then you do it again, but instead of doing DP, you do 1D. Alright? That's the main trick you have to look out for. And then you run in, do a 5C, and then shatter B. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah.
Or should
It hurts.
should I dial it back a bit for you?
I mean, probably a little bit.
Okay. Okay. So let's do this instead. Alright? Let's just do that. Let's dial that back. Okay. Or you know what? Yeah, no. All you really have to do here, Drew, is the normal string that I showed you. Alright. And then do the string, and then just continue the string until after you hit 2C, then do 1D. Actually, try confirming. Just hit me with 1D, and then do that. All right? Hit me with 2C and then 1D. Do it again. Now I'm gonna jump, and I want you to hit me. All right? And then I want you to do 1D. All right?
Ah, you little.
All right. 1, 2, 3. You goober.
Fucking classic.
You goober. Anyways, okay. I'm gonna try it again. All right. 1. All right. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
Ah, you little.
You're at the very least getting a hang of it, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So what I want you to do is do this normal string. Okay. Do that string.
Ah, you little.
Ah.
All right. No. Keep trying.
Okay. I'm sorry, I just got a headache.
You all right? Are you gonna be all right, Drew?
Probably.
I hope you're gonna be okay, Drew. We can take
maybe, yeah, maybe I should take a break.
Yeah,
here.
you should take a step. I think we should take a step back. And if any of you want to just take a look at these, take a look at what I'm doing, slow it down, look at the buttons. I'll actually sit in training room, actually.
Take your pick. Velvet. Savings is
So-
never looked so good.
Okay. See, Harmless, you volunteers for. Actually, you know what? I'll move to the Twitch corner. I'll move into the stream room there. Okay, Harmless, if you want to hop on in, join on in. Because I know that at the very least, you're an intermediate Velvet, to my knowledge. There you are, harmless.
Hooray! I can slow down the thinking a little bit now.
Did I kill your brain, Drew?
No, it's just kind of been the whole day.
Ah, okay.
I'm hanging on, but I'm barely hanging on.
Yikes. Actually, I have not played Neon.
Why do I sound?
Okay. So, harmless, where are you?
Does this help a little?
No, you're fine. No, you're fine, harmless. Okay, there you are. Come here.
It's not a sound headache, and if it was,
No.
I could turn down my
No,
volume.
you're quiet.
Yeah, Drew is kind of quiet. So, harmless, would you say you're?
me to swallow my mic?
Yes, thank you. Drew ASMR.
What was your brain?
Okay, my question was, all right, harmless. Would you say that you're an intermediate velvet?
Velvet.
No.
Of course. I've been at every zoo.
Would you say that so I can hope that you could try and do some of these combos?
Oh, yes.
All right, because I'm gonna do some combos. I'm gonna throw them at you, and I expect you to toss them back at me. Okay? So I will do what I did for Drew. Okay? So this one. Do that. Because I know you have enough knowledge to know what buttons you're pushing. There you go. All right. Now you're dragging it out a little bit. Now, okay. Because that's the thing about Velvet combos. If you have enough resources, you can just keep going. And eventually, Velvet combos just turn into this. They just turn into that. Just hitting C, C and D. That is it. Hit that cease and desist. So Velvet likes to just carry you, as I'd like to think. Especially a Gressvet. Zone Vet likes to say, hey, I'm gonna keep you in this one secluded spot, and I'm gonna shoot you away from me. Okay?
And what about the third type of velvet?
That's a balanced Velvet. They'll do whatever.
The harm vet got it.
Because, like, harmless?
Yeah.
What Velvet would you say you are? A Gressvet or Zone Vet?
I actually fluctuate.
And
Against opponents who I am kind of scared of, I will try to zone them, but against other velvets, I know my zoning is hot dumpster fire, so I just go all in, unafraid.
Mm-hmm. It's all a matter on the matchups, which I will get into soon. Actually, you know what? Speaking of boss music that I have right here, why don't I show advanced combos? So something that I was trying to show. Yes. So these are combos I know a lot of people will struggle with, especially Fresh Blood. So stuff like this. Shit. Fuck. Damn it. No, it's fine. Alright. Nope, right there. Okay. I can work with this. I can't work with this. I can't work with this. Okay, right there. Right there.
I just hit the combo.
Why am I? Why am?
Three
Okay.
times in a row. The aggression got him before.
I know I can do it. I know I can do that.
Combos like those that are hefty, damaging, and painful require a little bit of expertise. Because, say for instance, what I did.
Oh, just one moment.
Oh?
I'm getting an actual phone call. I'm very annoyed.
No, it's
and
fine.
I'm happy with it.
It's fine. Okay. So, as I demonstrated on Harmless here, I actually did a few things that Fresh Blood would not know of, or Young Vets. So, doing a launcher cancel. Launcher cancels are just exactly as they sound. You do a launcher, and then you can cancel into an animation, into something else. But it's all a matter of the fact if you can input up and then the input. So say for instance, what I did here, 3C, Shatter B. It takes a little bit of practice to get down consistently, but when you do, you can actually get some stuff going. So if I can remember one of my older combos that I did that actually did some damage. Ah.
Hello.
That requires practice and timing. And it's very situational. Because see, a lot of the combos that I'm trying to do, I try to make them as I don't want them to be too situational. Having situational combos for when they arise is good. Always being prepared is very good. But if you can get a combo that is all purpose and works on all characters, and can work wherever you need it, or when you personally need it, and has the less amount of situations that you need it, like, say for instance, I need this combo, if I want this combo to work properly, I need counter hit, meter, I need corner, and whatever. However, for that 2.7k that I did earlier that I was having a little bit of struggle with, all I need is at least enough space to where 1D can still hit. It seems difficult to do, and it kind of is, because you need to have fast hands by the end of it.
I want to try.
Now,
Dang it.
no, harmless, no, it's fine. No, I want to move you. Come here.
Okay.
Now,
when is this next?
yeah, right here. Okay. So remember when I was talking about JC earlier?
I do.
So JC, I feel should only be used. God damn it. At least
I know what you're going for.
Yeah,
Maybe
okay.
a 2C would work.
No. Okay. No, it's fine. It's fine, harmless. I know what. I got it. That is where I would say JC is actually useful in the midstream. Because you're still, if you can dash in enough and you can hit that 5C, you can convert. And then you can properly finish it. That is where I should say you could use JC. But wait, I know what somebody might say. That's where I would say, I do that, I sometimes do it in mid-screen or wherever, because I want to set up, I want to approach. And sometimes, you don't necessarily need to finish combos. You can drop them on purpose. So, harmless. I want you to hold down A, alright? Alright, ready? In some cases, you can purposely drop combos to get setups and everything. You can drop them in order to get extra little bits of chip or catch people off guard. Now, lower levels, this will definitely catch people off guard. In fact, doing a reset in general, I'm surprised that you're learning resets. It's nice at low levels, but I don't think you necessarily need to learn resets at lower levels. At lower levels, you would just need to learn combos that learn consistent bread and butters that get you enough damage and give you what you want or need out of your character. It's where in the intermediate or high level that you begin to start getting creative and do things your way. Now, with me, I've been playing fighting games for years, so I have my own mind when I learn my character. And that's why I play Velvet the way I do, because that's how I like to play fighting games. I like to play them when I'm being aggressive, when I'm denying people, when I'm the one who's on top. That's how I tend to like to play fighting games. But I don't necessarily mind playing patiently. In fact, that's what's been instilled in me for so long. To play patiently, to play Velvet, you need to have a balance of playing offensively and defensively while maintaining patience. Because let me tell you, some block strings in this game can go on for a while.
True.
Can I get a Mushroom Stewart redemption arc? Soon enough, Drew. Now,
Mushroom Stewart.
okay, harmless.
Redemption arc.
Yeah?
Here's what I want. Here's what I want you to do. Okay. I want you to hit me with that. All right. I have faith in you.
From this side, I can do this side.
Right.
Can I?
Unless.
Come on, baby, do
No,
it.
harmless.
I know. Fine. Okay. No, stop.
Are you all right?
Oops.
No, it's fine. If you want to make this easier on yourself by doing 1 DP, that's fine. Now, also, harmless.
Yeah.
Here's the trick for getting the second one to hit. Do you notice why that works?
No.
Okay, pay attention to 2B. Alright? Look how much higher you are when I hit you. It's high enough for you to get hit by DP again. Now this, I would say, is an intermediate to a high level trick. At least for combos. Okay?
Okay.
This is where I would say, this is why I say stuff like 2B is a key move for Velvet. Because stuff like this works really well for her. Hmm? Almost had it. Almost.
Yeah.
God bless you.
What?
Oh! Hey! That's good! That's good! That's tight! Tight! Nice! Now see...
I kind of lost it, so I just made it up.
No, that's fine. That is perfectly fine. And that's where I say Velvet's actually the coolest. When you just, like, when it's like, oh fuck, this combo might not work. Joke's on you, fam, it works! Velvet can allow for small bits of error correction, enough to where she can get still some damage out of it. Not buku's amounts of damage, but still enough to where she can keep the damage going. What?
Okay. Hi, Drew. How's your brain? Yeah, I know it is a lot to throw at you, but I really, from what I could hear, because I had it on audio only most of the time, I'm really proud. It's exhausting.
Yeah.
It'll take a bit of time too. You got this.
I also want the Mushroom Stewart branded redemption art for the Scott's Flex that I never properly
Okay, I
showed off
return.
directly
Did
to
somebody
him.
say backdash DP was a good option?
Hold on, I got that.
Oh shit.
I could use a good option, or I could just use backdash DP.
Yo, I just actually backdash DP'd in
The dog clearly thinks it's a good idea. Right, Cooter? What do you think? What do you think? Is backdash DP a good option?
Jesus Christ!
Jesus!
Bass boosted dog sounds.
Base boosted dog, what the fuck? Okay,
He thinks it's a good idea. I'll be right back.
okay. So, Drew, you said you wanted your
Yes.
redemption arc, and I'll allow it.
Yeah, the redemption arc. I've already hit the combo like a total of 25 times.
Alright, come back.
Out of 30 attempts. So
Alright, come back
probably
here,
a
bitch
little
boy.
less.
Oh, hi, Soul. Okay.
Of course, there are stipulations to this. I have to be in the corner.
That dog is mad. Yo, that dog was
Or rather,
heckin'
you're in the
angry.
corner and I'm right next to you.
Huh?
You have to be in the corner, I have to be right next to you.
Okay.
There are stipulations.
All right.
And I've only practiced facing right.
I think I will eventually. I think after a little bit more combo stuff, I will get into talking about matchups.
Sorry about the dog.
No, it's fine.
We're going this way.
Okay. So, I'm okay.
It's unfortunate, but we we'll compromise for
All right.
now.
Do what you need to, Drew.
Bruh.
Nice.
What are you doing?
Nice. That you did a good, Drew.
Fucking trying to do that for the past half an hour.
Actually, before I get to doing, let's see here. Before I start talking about doing, like matchup related things, I will show some combos myself.
Take a pick.
Ooh.
I will show, and yeah, for the most damaged possess. No, fuck it, cow. I'll pick
Brown cow?
I'll pick a certain cow color. Okay. And it's mastered it without the wall. Okay.
Hi, Drew.
So let's see here. Okay. Let's see here. So say for instance I want to do a combo out of Shatter C, like raw. So I could do something like, oh fuck, okay, like this, or like this.
I should probably have the stream on. Oops.
Fuck.
Oop.
Ah. Okay. Raw Shatter C.
Enjoy your salt.
Yep.
Panel, don't you dare. Good man. Good man.
Okay, I would say that's also a bit situational because it's more based on space. But like, say from up close, like the only thing I'd really have to do is dash up. So let's see. There's that. There's that.
It's the one thing that I own.
No, I don't want default palette.
There's also that, doing that. Now, if you notice from a lot of these combos, a lot of them end with Shatter B into Super. Shatter B Super, like, Shatter B is the most damaging Shatter out of them all. 426, 372, 340.
Damn it. Switch character.
Okay. Oh, so Red, you're here. Hey,
No,
Hello, Redness.
No.
welcome to the training stream. I'm gonna use you for in a minute.
that's cute.
He's
I
going
ship
to
it.
use you.
So
Please use me.
let's see here. You could also do stuff like this
Wait. You didn't pick your palette.
and
I'm
get that.
Confusion.
All right. So doing wind off of things gives you more space, and you can, if you have magic at the very least,
Confusion. You did not pick your palette.
you can just. Okay, I'm gonna probably sit here in my own silence for a minute.
This is a
So if you do Shatter A into wind, you get more space out of it. Now, as a side note, okay. Say if you want to do Shatter A at like the long haul of a combo, and then try it, it's going to be a soft knockdown no matter what you do. All right. So just keep that in mind if you're doing long drawn out combos and then end it with Shatter A. It is soft knockdown no matter what you do. Actually, anything that would possibly get to. Okay, let me fact check that. All right. Okay, so let's see. Yep. Anything that you do and any way you ended end a combo in, if you're at high juggle decay to the point where the sparks change and the hit sounds change, then everything will become a soft knockdown unless you do super. Super is the universal hard knockdown and combo ender. Alright. So let's see. I showed this. You could also do this. So you can get some distance out of that. Let's see. And there's also that, where you could purposefully hit the 5C and go into Icicle. Now, I would recommend that if you're doing combos and you're dropping them, or if you're accidentally dropping them for any chance, always remember to combo into an Icicle so that you're immediately covered by something. So, like, say for right there. Immediately covered, and they wake up and they have to deal with it. Or let's say like right here. Fuck. Like right here. Right there should be good for a combo. Now, let's talk about block string for a second. This would have to get into frame data. And let's see here. Back data. Yep, right there. Okay. So I think me and Song talked about this earlier. Now, okay, let's go to block type, blocking always. Most of Velvet's moves aren't very good on block. So, as we talked about earlier, Velvet immediately loses her turn on block. Alright? But say if I did this, no plus, no minus. You are safe. For the most part, I would say. I can easily undo talking about this once I get into talking about certain matchups. But the fact of the matter is, this will save. This will do you good. Now, just doing this raw means that you could get hit like this. Hold on. Okay, do I have... Let's see here. Okay. Okay, I don't have it turned on. Alright. Okay. Okay, block recovery. Alright. Okay, so let's say for Arizona's most dangerous options, shit like this, if you just do it raw and let it rock, it's not gonna do you any favors. Okay. Okay. So let's say right here, say that block string, that's actually not safe. That's not true. Some people would have to respect it. And if you do it like that, maybe. If you do it like that, you should be fine. Fine enough. But until she does, say... Okay, I set it to random, didn't I? Yeah, no, let's send it to sequential. Alright. Okay. So, I know what I just did there. Because I'm waiting for Super to come out, and let's see here. Okay. I guess I'll just do it myself. So, let's see. Let's turn that off. So, let's say if I did this again. Oh, okay. Alright. Because it hit... Ah, shit. Okay.
Nope.
Okay, do I do the input to the right? Okay. Nope. So what I'm trying to get Arizona to do is super. Actually, you know what? Fuck it. I'll continue this in a second. I need to use the bathroom. I will be right back. Okay. I return. Now then, back to what I was talking about when it came to Blockstream. A lot of Velvet stuff is not true. In fact, stuff like that is. Like, kind of. Block recovery. Off. Some of that stuff is. That isn't. However, because this is +2, because when we're talking about block strings and certain things, it's all a matter of talking about frame data. Something I don't look too much into, but I really need to. So Velvet's DP is +2. This fucker right here, +2. So what that means is, say if I'm, so I have more frames to act, all right? And they have to just sit there and take it. Like, that's how I'm able to just block this raw ass EX headbutt on reaction. That is how I'm able to beat it out, or at least defend against it. And say if I were to do this, that just beats it out outright. All right? But a lot of Velvet stuff isn't true unless, and I say this, unless she has something covering her. If she doesn't have anything covering her, then she's kind of boned. Because she can't necessarily do much on her own. In some cases, she has to play around the other characters, or set them up into traps where they're forced to react. Like in cases like that. If you're playing offensively, like I do, you need to learn how to either play around the character or play around the person. Because in certain character matchups, Velvet struggles to do so because of her lack of options at some points. If she doesn't have the right amount of space to do what she wants, because they require a bit of startup, she struggles. She struggles to get people off to her efficiently if they know her options of get off of me, which her main get off of me buttons are like 6A, DP, and that's it. 6A, DP. Take your pick. Or DDP. 6A or DDP. Take your guess, or just block. In most cases, you're going to want to just block, because certain characters can just say, hey, I know you got startup for 6A, but I'm going to hit you anyways, and then just tell you, hey, that thing that you're doing to make yourself, to get you off of me, it doesn't exist anymore. So I'm going to cut you off entirely and make you suffer for it. And at that point, it's like, why do I hear boss music? Why am I dying? Why do I exist? Jesus Christ. Okay, so I will talk about certain matchups. Let's see, for the sake of brevity and time and maybe help people understand a few things a little easier, okay?
Take your pick.
So,
Velvet.
Velvet versus Oleander. It's a very weird matchup at times, because Oleander always needs magic. And so, in some cases, Velvet has to respect Oleander for what she does. She can do 2C, she can do projectiles, and even beat Velvet out in certain cases, because Velvet needs time. Whereas Oleander can just shoot out a projectile. Just shadow spark.
Velvet. I will win, of course. Oleander. Do not underestimate the good that dark magic can do. Oleander. My magic may be...
Okay. Okay. So, like I said about Velvet Oleander, hold on. Okay. So Oleander can really just say, hey, I see what you're doing. I have a fire. I could shoot 2 fireballs like you. In fact, I could possibly shoot 3 and stuff what you want. And I can get magic. But then, that's all a matter on if they can bait out the Velvet doing this. If you can catch an Oleander with 1D trying to get trying to get magic like this. Okay, hold up. Trying to get magic like this by jumping and thinking you're safe, they're safe, they can bait you and efficiently just say, hey, you wasted your resources just so you could think you could get a shot at me.
Got it.
The Velvet Oleander matchup, I feel, is more about Velvet trying to stop and curb Oleander and beat her out in the long game. And Velvet has to properly defend herself against things that Oleander can do to get in Velvet's face. So, say for instance, like, I'm in the corner, I know you're doing things, so I could just do, like... I can do something like this. And just stop and curb what you're doing entirely. I respect Velvet Shatter C while you bully. You shouldn't respect Shatter C. Shatter C is actually bad if you block it. So, Oleander can honestly just... She kind of has to play around Velvet in some cases because she needs magic. That's something that she needs. But if she gets magic, she can honestly just say, hey, I know you're stopping me from getting meter, but how'd you like it if I stole your meter instead and gave it to myself? Because there can come situations where, let's see. Okay. Okay. Oh shit. Fuck. Okay. So there can come situations where Oleander, I'm gonna, as an example, can be like this. Where it's like, I have no meter. The only resources I have are magic. But even then, Oleander can just say, well, fam, you thought you had meter to stop me. And then she can go in and get Fred. And when Velvet has to deal with Fred, she can't. She has to respect it or make a big, meaty call out. Because Fred is such, like, he has a lot of precedence. You see Fred, you are not going to push a button. Like, tell me, are you gonna push a button when this fucker is out for like 17 to 20 seconds? Are you? No, you're not if you're at high level. At high level, pushing a button against Fred means death. Fred is literally like the win condition for Oleander in some cases. Now, Velvet versus Tian. Okay? Velvet versus Tian honestly is really in Velvet's favor because say if Tian wants to get in on Velvet, she struggles. She struggles a whole fuck ton. Because for one thing, okay, I'm just gonna, okay. Let's record jumps and jump forward. Okay. So, say for instance Tian, she wants to move in on you. But because of Velvet and what she can do, she can't. She honestly can't move in on Velvet unless she makes risks. So Velvet can just deny Tian of what she wants to do and chew her ass out. Let's see here. Let's see, so GD this one. Velvet can chew out Tianhuo and eat her. She can just say, I see you have wings. No, you don't. You are unsafe. You're dead. Game, set, match. So the matchup really is in Velvet's favor unless Tian can get in on Velvet and keep her locked down. Because Tian actually has some mobility that can beat out Velvet in certain cases. Floating around Velvet can beat out her options, and just in general, kind of hovering around Velvet is annoying for her. Unless she does something direct, like any of her snowflakes, which takes resources, she's gonna struggle, and struggle a lot. Now then, allow me to get back to the cursed one. because I'm sort of glossing over these for generalist statements. But I cannot stress this enough for the cursed ones. It sucks. Arizona, honestly, for someone like that says Song, for someone like Song says it's even, I can agree with him to a point. Because if it's one thing Arizona can do, she can negate space for Velvet. Not only that, but say if Velvet wants to wake up with like EXDP or something, she better be on her A game before Arizona hits her with a JV, like a short hop or something. Arizona can convert off of usually any button it feels. She hits hard, and when she gets resources, which is very easy, mind you, you need to play around her. Because EX Headbutt has armor on it, and I've shown you can beat it. But then again, there's stuff like Counter, which, yes, that can also be beaten because, say, if you want to do a DP on Counter, just DP again, because every cow is just going to hit Counter. Like, oh, fuck. Okay. Let's see here. Every cow... Oh, okay. Fuck me. Oh, okay. That's what the... Okay. Every cow will counter and then hit a button. Y'all mind if I do 2 JAs into a short hop? This is the most cursed thing. Short hop JC. In my mind, this is hard to react to. It's really hard to react to. You need to see it coming. And even then, if you see it coming the first time, who knows if you'll see it the second time. It is a hard thing to deal with. Velvet has to deal with a lot of things Arizona has. But Arizona also has to deal with a lot of things Velvet has. Because in some cases, she has to respect Velvet and her zoning. Up until she's in with the, like, you know, in good enough range to lasso. Which, if Velvet gets hit with anything, all of her setups, crushed. Anything she wanted to do, icicles, snowflakes, crushed. Now, Arizona's movement is very committal, so that means she can just jump around. If she has to jump towards you, like super jump, you can just immediately push her away like this. So say if I do like super jump towards Velvet, okay. So, okay. She comes right towards me? No, she's not. You can cancel out her movement. That you can cross up with it, so I agree with you. Okay. So, Velvet's main game plan for Arizona is to play within her range until she... play within Arizona's range or outside of it. You have to play within her normal range so that she doesn't lasso you. Push blocking is also a problem because if you push block, you'll get lassoed. And that opens up a whole can of worms. Just this matchup in general, I dread fighting it a lot. I hate it. It's irritating. It's disgusting. It just fucking sucks sometimes. But that's what happens when you play at high levels. You start to hate things more and more sometimes. Especially characters that people will try to downplay and say, oh, they're not that good, when it feels like they're one of the best goddamn characters in the entire game. So, that matchup's kind of wishy-washy. Now,
take your pick.
Velvet versus Pap. I'm not even gonna touch Pap. Let's see here. Pap, it's like a worse version of Arizona. You just have to play patiently. If she does anything unsafe, you should either... Let's see, if she does anything unsafe, you should push, poke, punish. If she tries to bait you with a super, just stay calm. Don't fall for that trick, and you'll be fine. And then you can punish her efficiently. Because the Pap matchup just becomes a game of... Did she get on me? In on me? No. Keep her out. And find ways to defend yourself. Because it's one thing that Pap likes to do. She likes to find immediate ways into your space. So that requires that you use stuff like 2D or any snowflakes to force her to stop trying to force herself in. And if she tries to... Actually, you know what? I remember in a lot of matches that I did... You could literally, if Pap wants to teleport behind you, she always teleports where you are, not where you were. So say if she's like, If I'm dashing forwards, I already have icicles set up, and she does a B teleport behind me, she's running right into those icicles. So you can definitely goad Pap into what you want and play around her, and definitely dominate her in the matchup. And I would say that the matchup is in Velvet's favor, up until Pap starts getting in, because she hurts. And man, does Pap hurt. Palm... Palm, honestly, should not be a problem for Velvet. Velvet can just stuff what Palm wants. Does Palm want to get projectiles? Then she can just say, hey, look, okay, actually, hold on. No, let me rephrase that. If Palm wants dogs, Velvet can stuff that. From whatever range it sees. From whatever range. Palm also, let's see here. Palm might have the new Bork. Okay, hold on, let's see here. Okay. So, okay. I think this will work. Okay, hold on. Okay. Okay. So Palm might be able to beat out projectiles now, or at the very least go through them. But the fact of the matter is, you can bait that out. Palm might have options, but she needs setup for so much of it. Palm is a setup character through and through. She needs setup to do anything, and without proper time to set up or proper Oki, she's done. She's dead in the water. And even when you get hit by all her mix-ups and shit, it's all a matter of seeing things. And if she hits you with like that ambiguous, like what Hammond apparently learned, some ambiguous three-way cross-up or something like that, if you're in the corner against Palm and she's already got all the dogs out, you're dead. You're already dead by default. Okay. So, let's see. I think I've spent like 3 hours talking about Velvet. Okay. So, I hope that this was a good enough stream to talk about and maybe get some new Velvets walking in the footsteps of trying to play Velvet, or at least learn some new things. I hope this was good enough, and I know I skimmed over a few things without song here, but if any of you have questions, I am still willing to sit down, talk with people, and eventually help people get caught up to speed. But Velvet is not that difficult of a character. I think the only reason that she's seen as difficult is because of her DP input. And honestly, DP is not that bad once you learn it and be efficient with it. The only real hard thing is icicle combos, which if you want to talk to any people about that, go talk to people like Sirius, 5x5, talk to those people, because they do them far more consistently than I do. If you want to do DP combos, anything related to that, I could be the person you talk to. But as I stated, I hope you all enjoyed this, my 3-hour TED talk about Velvet, talking about some basics, going over it into the later more advanced stuff and skimming over it. But again, hope you guys, at the very least, learned something from this. And if you're watching the VOD, thank you. God bless. Have a nice night, everyone. I'll see you all with a random fighting game in a little bit.